Hello everyone and welcome to Laurence Plays, and I'm trying something very new today. This is the Last Starship by Introversion Software, and the early access program basically went live today. So I'm hoping I'm managing to be the very first person to actually bring this up on the stream at all, apart from the developers, of course, who have even earlier access than I do. So we've got a menu screen here. I've not actually gone any further than this. I did load the game earlier, got to this point, and just to make sure it would, actually work properly. But now let's find out. So we've got various options for new games here. Now, based on what I've seen from the videos that Introversion themselves have been posting, I believe these are all different. Each of these different things is a different ship, or perhaps set of ships in the case of Shipyard, that they've created. So there's some sort of predefined ships. So I'm going to just go with the first one, see what that's like, find out what happens. I don't hear any sound. I don't know whether that's just because there isn't any yet, or whether it's just, or it's or there's an actual problem with it. But we'll just go with this and see what happens. And there's some very slight sounds in the background. I'm going to turn the volume up even further and see what happens. See if my ears explode. Okay, so we've got some guys who've just arrived on my ship here. These are my first 5 space chappies. So let's see. We've got various options across the bottom. So we've got okay, so presumably from here I can start fiddling with my ship and start building it up and designing, putting on engines and weapons and stuff like that. So as I say, I've watched the videos that Introversion released, so I've got a little bit of an idea about what's going on in here. Are these airs yeah, right, that's the amount of air they have left in their suit. So I better, before that gets down to 0, I better make sure I put in some oxygen facilities, some air purification facilities. Now I'm hoping there's going to be a I was hoping these things would pop up with a tooltip to tell me what they are, but I don't think they actually are. But I believe these are probably going to be supplies for fueling and aerating machines. We've got some blue bottles over here, and I don't know what those are either. Okay, this is going to be interesting. But up here I do have various bits and pieces that I can use to put the ship together. So let's get started by trying to build the thing up, do some construction and install some things. Here we go. This is, so when I mouse over them over here, it shows me where they are and what they are. Yes, the boxes have names on them, but some of them are a little bit hidden. These ones don't have names on them, but I'll just have to guess. We'll see how it goes in a bit. But yeah, the art style is quite nice in that it's sort of it's when you're zoomed out, it looks sort of reasonably clean, and then as you zoom in, it's got this nice sort of pencil drawn effect. Which, yeah, there is some pixelation in there, but it's not until you zoom in a ridiculous level, so that's quite nice. Anyway, yes, engines I think are probably going to go on the back of the ship here. So let's not try and do anything too clever just yet. Let's just put the engines in the obvious places. An FTL drive, does that matter where it goes? Probably, perhaps not. Can I? Okay, so Q and E are at a zoom. WAS and DM move around, and mouse wheel is zoom as you'd expect. Middle click and move the mouse pans around as well. That's quite nice. When you say sound, can you hear me, SG Nano, or is it? Can you hear the game? The game is very very quiet. Hopefully I'm suitably loud. We shall see. But there was a thonk noise when I put that FTL drive down. Then we've got, let's see, a reactor. So this is obviously going to be the thing that produces the power. And we've got fuel needs to go in at the top, power, and then presumably power. I'm going to assume, yeah, looking at this, I think the red is power and yellow is fuel. So that's nice and easy to work out. But I'm going to need a system to get all this stuff together. Now these guys are slowly using up their air, which is slightly concerning because I've got an air duct. Oh, okay. That just seems to blow air out. Okay, that's fine. I'll put that over here as well with all the rest of the infrastructure. Game sound is okay. I can turn the game sound up quite a long way because the game sound is very very quiet for me as well. There we go. That should be a bit better now. Not that it's making any sounds at the moment. I believe these loaders are things that will take in stuff and output fuel, and maybe output. Oh yeah, and output fuel. So that should be. No, I don't want that. I don't want it. How do I put it back again? Like that. Okay. Right. So I need to put into cables as well. So we need to connect up the reactor to basically everything like this. And I'm aware that at the moment I'm basically doing what they did in their first video, and I think I'm even doing it with the same ship. But I think that's probably a sensible way to get started. It gives me a bit of an idea of how the game works, what goes on here, and that sort of thing. And then we can go on and try and do something interesting and exciting once I actually have an operational spaceship. So those, I'm assuming the pipes are for fuel. They, I mean, I was going to say they've linked up to these points. I'm not sure they actually have linked up to these points because they've just gone there. Let's just make sure I can't put in, presumably, yeah, cable is just the red things. Can I? Oh, oh I didn't mean to remove that much of it. So what was that? That was my loader, wasn't it? Yeah, putting the loader back in there. Let's go back to normal speed and let these guys run around and actually get some of this stuff fitted. I don't think I need both loaders at this point in time because, oh, actually, unless I can put in a loader here and tell it that actually you ought to be an oxygen loader rather than a fuel loader. Maybe if I put in a pipe from here to here, because this pipe didn't get coloured until something got built that was going to use that. So maybe if I put in a pipe like this, that will then be, yes, that's been deemed as an air pipe. So hopefully, we shall see. We don't have any power yet, but here comes a guy to put some fuel into. Right, so these ones are fuel. So he's put that in there. It's now. I don't think that indicator on the side shows me how much fuel is in there. Either that or there's an enormous quantity in there, so it's not really gone down very much yet. Hey, Crocodile, welcome. Okay, so the blue bottles are air. That makes sense. I still don't know what the green ones are in that case, but I'm sure it'll all will be explained sooner or later. Okay, so we have an air duct spinning, so I'm going to assume that means it's working. These guys are on 92% air at the moment, but they he's got a bottle of green. Where's the green going? Oh, maybe that goes into the FTL drive. There's another space there. So that could be two types of fuel then. So we've got fuel for the reactor and for the engines, and another type of fuel for the FTL drive. Yes, he's put that in there now. And now the FTL drive's pulling in power, so the engines are a little bit sad, but they seem to have recovered quite nicely. Yes, the art is very early access, isn't it? So let's see. I've got 20,000 space bucks. I've got five peoples. My oxygen level is going down, which is quite alarming. Water and food and fuel is going down as well. Oh no, that's the amount of oxygen I've got in total. That's going down very quickly. I wonder if that's because it's filling up the ship with oxygen. That's not what I wanted. So I'm thinking, oh, we've got prettier art now. That's better. Ah, so because I was in the construction menu, we've just got this. We just had this sort of placeholder art that says here is a thing, and it's quite clearly labelled so you can tell what it is. When I close that, we now get the slightly prettier art that doesn't look quite so early access, should we say? So these things are actually sort of recognisable as potentially what they are. I like the sort of the 80s Star Trek aesthetic on all the control panels. They were talking about that in the videos as well. I think it's sort of, I don't know whether it's a deliberate feel they're going for, but it's quite nice. Okay, all the guys have now taken their spacesuits off because we actually have air inside the ship now. And now that the ship is full of oxygen, the rate the oxygen supply is dropping at is now much more sustainable. Okay, so I have a spaceship. Oh yes, yeah, that is nice. That is very nice. So, have I installed everything I can? So I've got install and dismantle, that's fine. Cables and pipes I've done. Storage, oh, okay. So we can, are these just things where I say these are the sort of the storage location things, I think, like in RimWorld. So let's put the spacesuits over here by the docking bay out of the way. So then now, yep, they come over and move those around. Great. Fuel. We'll put the fuel over here by the fuel thing, and the oxygen by the oxygen thing because that makes sense. That then hopefully when in the future when they need to actually reload these things, it'll make things a bit quicker. Is there FTL fuel? FTL charge. There we go. That can come in down here. The rest of it, I don't have any. Oh, I wonder what those boxes are. They look like, I don't know what they look like. They're one of these things. I don't have any weapons, so I probably don't have any ammunition for them. But I've got a couple of things over here that I don't recognize. So let's have a look in trade. Maybe this will tell me what I have. Oh, here we go. Right, so I've got fuel, oxygen, FTL charge, immediate feedback. The scroll wheel doesn't work in the trade menu. Remind me to tell them about that. FTL charge. Oh, water, food and water. Okay, so that's what those are. Excellent. And I could buy more crew. That's nice. Should I need to? But I've only got 20,000. So at the moment, most of this stuff is a little out of my price range. I wonder what the colours. Oh, the colours are presumably this is how much worse it is, better or worse it is than normal. So I'm in a place at the moment where it's good for buying this sort of stuff, really bad for buying these, and sort of not great for buying this stuff, I guess. Yes, venting the spacesuits at high speed might be a good way to bop an approaching ship on the nose. Ooh, tactical mode. How do I close? Turn that off. I'm scared. Right. Okay. So trade. Fine. Contract. So this is missions I can do. So I can go off and I can do an analysis. We can go and have a look at the anomaly. Okay. So that's probably a worthwhile thing. Evacuation. Um, need to move people around. None of these missions take a great deal about me, but I think making the ship basically ready is probably a good one to do here. Oh, now it tells me a lot more about it. That's a bit of a shame. So it doesn't tell you what you actually have to do for the ship and to do for the mission until you've accepted the mission. Now it'd be nice to know that this mission or this mission, the evacuation is you need to pick up a load of people, obviously. But it'd be nice if it told me how many people I had to pick up, where I have to take them to, and so on. Because I don't want to accept a mission until I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to do it. So anyway, reactor, loaders put fuel into the reactor, engines for propulsion, fine. Test fire engines, okay. I need to do that. Haven't done that yet. Life support, done that. Done that. FTL drive, done that. Okay, so I need to jump to a new sector and I need to fire my engines up a bit. Okay, that seems reasonably doable. Let's go over to tactical. Ooh, that's a bit. Ooh, that feels a little bit weird. There we go. Engines burning. I don't know what that. Well, I don't know what the little X dots are. Oh, maybe they're sort of exhaust plume or something like that. So if I had bigger engines, then it'd be a lot more exciting. The engines don't seem to be firing at the moment. Okay, so they've stopped firing. Let's fly around in a bit of a circle just to see what we can do. Okay, so now as I'm holding the mouse button down, that seems to be. Oh, we've got a throttle at the bottom. That would help, wouldn't it? Let's increase that a bit. There we go. Okay, so you can do little bursts by just sort of clicking and holding. So it's making blooping noises. I have no idea why, but it is. Yeah, you're right. The dev video had a bit more information given, didn't it? I think. So let's have a look at the ship now. The engines are running. Yep, that's definitely running engines, and it's making a sort of a engine-y noise. Good. The ship is trembling slightly from the thrust of the engines. So yeah, that seems to be all seems to be all good. So right, my engines work. That's an excellent start, I think. I'm not the zooming in and out doesn't feel quite natural, and I'm struggling to put my finger on exactly why. Oh, maybe you can't. Maybe you can't hear it at all. Let me check. I've got sound into the right place because it's quite possible I've got that wrong. Last Starship. I have indeed got it wrong. Sorry, people. One. There we go. Right. Now you might be able to hear a little sort of there's a very slight rumbling noise. If I go over to here, I can whack the throttle up to full again. Yeah, there's definitely a rumbling coming from the engines now. Yep, you should definitely be able to hear that. Excellent. I'm glad that's fixed. Okay, so back over the tactical view. Yeah, that was a me problem, not a game problem. Definite user error in that one. Oh, the guys come out. Ah, okay, that's interesting. We don't have an enormous amount of fuel because we've now those little burns I did have used up. I can't remember how many fuels I had to start with, but I think it was actually maybe it was only four. So we've got through one of them. We've got through a quarter of the fuel so far. In fact, it says up here. My webcam's in the way. It says up here about just under 3,000 fuel. So I suspect I started off with 4,000. I have to admit, I'm not certain. Something making a wibbling sound. Very TARDIS. Oh, I think it's because the reactor spun back up again because it's been given some more fuel. Okay. So now the next thing I need to go to I need to go FTL basically. I need to go somewhere. So the FTL drive is ready, but I haven't set a destination yet. So presumably I go to the sector map. I guess that flashing red light means you are here. It says there's a colony there. Let's go to this one because it's really close. Yeah, that looks like yes. This is setting up where I'm going to. Okay. So now presumably if I go into FTL, I can say prepare to jump. So the ship now is turning itself. I do like how all the background is sort of moving around behind it, and yeah, it just feels nice. You've got that sort of feeling that you're part of the world. Right, so FTLing, good. That was quite a lot of FTL noise. So that's now done that. Am I done? I've completed. Hurrah! Right. Okay. Good. So now I can do the I can get used to. I can self-sufficient something to do with self-sufficient ships. Maybe I need to get some sort of grow facility on my ship. Evacuation sounds like just go and pick up some people. So let's start with that. Let's do that one to start with. Um, every colonized planet you visit will have civilians in need of evacuation. You need to expand your habitation. So, okay. So it's not so much evacuate people and take them somewhere. It's people will get onto your ship and go hi. Okay. Um, doomed home world, colonized planets. Okay. How do I? Oh yeah, click that to get rid of it again. I think this another thing this game needs is a button to press to just closes menus like E does in Factorio. Well, E does in vanilla Factorio. There's some of the stuff in space exploration it doesn't quite work, but that sort of thing would be nice. Yes, I think you're probably right, Raysan. It's those are sort of things. Those are a taster of what's available. So there's a colony here. So actually, I need to fly back over here, and the shipyard. Let's get to this one that has a shipyard as well, and see what we can get from there. I mean, I would quite like to sort of try and get to the point where I can do a bit of the sort of space trucking where you fly around, buying stuff that's cheap and taking it somewhere where it's expensive and so on. But we'll see how that goes. In fact, while we're here, let's have a look at. Okay, there's nowhere to buy anything here because I'm just in the middle. This place is in the middle of nowhere. I can do construction based on all of the stuff that I've already got in the ship. I can look at contracts apparently because presumably that just uses some sort of hyperspace-based internet or something. Power grid. Okay, I can see my reactor is capable of. I believe my reactor is capable of producing 20 megawatts because it said so on it, and so we're fine for power. That's great. FTL, I can do that. Sector map shows me this, which is the places I can go. Orders. Okay, weapon suits. Ah, okay. So I can these are things that I can turn on or turn off if I want to. So I could say if I say suits on, then all my guys will go and put their spacesuits on because I think I'm going to get a hull breach or something like that. Weapons active would be start shooting things, but I haven't got any weapons at the moment, so that's not going to do anything. Overlays, jobs. Um, doesn't tell me a lot, but I don't seem to have a shortage of people having time to do stuff yet. I suspect this might not be implemented yet. Habitation deck. Okay, that's my crew storage area. So I'm only going to be able to pick up 3 refugees. I might need to increase that at some point. I don't know what 126 SE is. 127. But maybe we'll find out later. Exterior shot outside of the ship. Ah, atmosphere. This is the one I was wondering about earlier when I first turned on the air pump thing. So yeah, green presumably means good air. I can go with that. Tactical. Presumably, does mean I can zoom out and I can see there is absolutely nothing here in this sector. So I think coming here was perhaps a touch unnecessary. There's my ship. I wonder how easy it is to lose your ship doing that. That'll probably, no doubt, we'll find out later. Okay, so let's go to the shipyard colony over there. That's FTL, prepared to jump. Ship will align itself nicely, and then we can get on out of here and go. And there's both a colony where I can potentially pick up some people, and a shipyard over in this one. So this might have the interest. That's a very strange noise. This will perhaps have the allow me to add some extra stuff to my ship, like perhaps some point defense guns in case I meet any meteorites or enemy ships or stuff like that. We'll see what's available, and at the very least, maybe I'll be able to buy some useful stuff and take it off somewhere to sell it. Oh, we've got some new contracts as well now. Maybe these will have some more information. Yeah, here we go. Um, 22 boxes of supplies, going to start system 11, required immediately, 3 minutes, okay. Difficulty of 2, that doesn't sound too bad. Payment $33,000, and that's going to more than double the amount of money I've got available. So let's do that. Um, actually, let's have a quick look. I've still got loads of power, loads of FTL power left. So let's see if I can buy some more FTL charges. Because I suspect I'm using one of these up each time I move somewhere. So let's buy 4 of those because I don't want to get stuck anywhere. Same with fuel. Let's buy another. Okay, 4 of those apparently. Oxygen doesn't seem to be actually. I'm getting through oxygen at a bit of a rate here. Ammunition. Okay, I could buy some various weaponry systems, but I think At the moment, well, at the moment I can't really afford to, let alone actually want to. Maneuvering thrusters would be quite nice, but yeah, let's do some let's do some missions and find out where and sort of just fly around, get used to and just make some money from doing contracts. Okay, so I can't do this one because I'm not armed. Where is it? Delivery cargo to nearby star system. Yes, we'll have this one, and we're going to star system 11 for this. Here they are. Stuff's arriving, and even though it's arriving, even though it's still being loaded onto my ship, the timer is ticking down already. Okay. So, right, while that's faffing around, it's sector 11 that I need to go to. So that's here. So let's try and let's hope my FTL drive is quick enough to do this. Come on, guys, move stuff around. Oh, you know what the problem here is, don't you? The stuff isn't being moved because they don't know where to put it. So I need to put any cargo. Put the cargo in this area here, I think, and in this area here, because it needs to be put somewhere. Okay, come on, guys. I need you to put the tidy all that cargo up, or we're not going to be able to go anywhere in time for the everything in time for the mission. How are we doing? Is that all loaded now? I think it's all loaded. Let's have a quick... Yeah, it looks like it's not still appearing there. So contract, this one, all supplied. Right, let's get out of here. Let's get on the move. Prepare to jump, and then we can head over there. And I'm talking quickly now because I'm excited because I've only got 177 seconds left to finish this mission, so it's quite... Oh, is there a mission cargo category on there? That would be good. Yes, I do want to get some point defense for meteors, but at the moment, I'm hoping and thinking and guessing and wishing that it's going to be fairly safe to... Come on, align faster. I'm hoping it's going to be fairly safe there because it didn't say there was any dangers there, and I'm hoping it would tell me. Well, I wanted all the cargo storage space to be really, really close to the door here, so that it would be picked up and dealt with as quickly as possible. The rest of it, yeah, I suppose all these things could be put somewhere else. The food and water. Oh, if I get exactly the right zoom level, that looks like a big water cooler bottle. So, no, you can't see the fuel in there. So I've got 8 of these things now. I think each FTL jump uses up one of these blobs, but the amount of time depends on how far you're going. So how long is this taking? I've got 58 seconds. Oh dear. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it in time, just because I couldn't load the cargo in quickly enough because I wasn't ready for it. Oh no. Yeah, the ship was designed a bit too carefully for me to put the engines anywhere else. Really, I mean, it's sort of here is your shell. Where are you going to put stuff? There wasn't a lot of choice in that, really. 30 seconds left. Okay, does this count as completing the contract? Just getting to here. Deliver. Turning con. I've hit deliver. Okay, here comes the ship. Right. Okay. So it looks to me like you barely have enough time to do this. I'm not sure if I'm quite going to manage the. No, I've run out. Oh, no longer prepared. Oh, hacks. Well, I have slightly less money than I did before, but I do have a lot more FTL charges. Oh, is there a mission timer in the top left? That's convenient. I didn't see that. Thank you, Beard. Ah, well, partial success, I suppose. Total payment 12,000. No, it wasn't. I only got paid for the stuff that got unloaded in time. So I got paid 12,000 out of the 33,000 I was supposed to be getting. Okay, well, the problem was this didn't tell me how strict the time limit was going to be. Now, it did say a difficulty of 2, the goods are required immediately. I don't know. So it had a difficulty rating of 2, which I think was probably because they were required immediately. So maybe this one is going to Star System 1, and maybe this one's quicker. Yeah, it did, Tristan. You're right, though. It was yeah, it did say plus 50% pay for doing it in 3 minutes. Maybe that's a bonus if you do manage to get the whole lot through. I don't know, but I read it the same way you suggested it, but the game clearly disagreed, which is very mean. There's a lot of missions available now. Two out of what? That's a very good question. Now, my feeling is you've got a sort of a counter that counts in how many things there are that make the mission more difficult. So this one is a 1, which I'm going to guess means it's very, very easy. Let's find out. Destinations is this sector, star system 1, difficulty rating 1, payment, right, okay, so this one has no time limit. It's a difficulty of 1 because you have to do, just because you have to do a thing. The other one was difficulty 2 because you had to do a thing in time. This one is difficulty 1. I don't have a thruster, so I can't do this one anyway. That'd be nice, though. It pays lots of money. Urgent passenger transport. 27 free cabins. I can't do that one. Presumably that's why all these ones are greyed out, because for some reason or another I can't do them. So this one I could do. Deliver cargo to another sector. Now this one has a difficulty rating of 2, but it's also in sector 1. So I'm guessing that this one probably has the time limit again. Now I'm slightly more organised than I was before. So hopefully this will mean if I do accept that one, then I'll be able to do it a bit more quickly. There's plenty of room here for loading all of this stuff. And if I get to the other end and try and deliver that one first, then maybe things will go well. But let's have a quick look at the trade menu again, see if there's anything is different here. Now, I think this means all of this stuff is incredibly cheap. So I could potentially I could get these maneuvering thrusters. That'd be nice. I would quite like to have some maneuvering thrusters so I can do some other stuff. No, Spartan. They've said it'll be they'll be repeatedly letting people in, but I don't think there's really a thing that says when they haven't put down a hard and fast schedule. Which, to be fair, is probably because they don't want if the first 20 people who started playing it went, oh my god, it made my computer catch fire, then they wouldn't want to start having that. They then want to pull it and stop trying to offer it to people. But if the first 20 people say yes, this is amazing, we're having amazing time, it's loads of fun, then they'll presumably push it out a bit quicker, I guess. Now I was talking about defense cannons, so let's not actually, because we don't have very much money. I wonder what sort of fuel the thrusters use. Let's find out. So if I buy some thrusters, they'll come in and we can. Where's the Amazon ferry? Come on, Amazon ferry. Here it comes. Yep, so I can put the maneuvering thrusters on the ship. Presumably I want one on each side. Yeah, presumably I want one on each of the 4 sides, essentially. Box of 4. Okay, so let's install some thrusters. So I guess I'm assuming I want to put sort of one here, one here. How do I rotate them? Oh, it does it automatically. One on the front and one on the back, so I can maneuver around a little bit. I can't put it here because somebody put an FTL drive in the way. Might have to move that. Because that is basically the only remaining rear wall on the ship. So actually, I probably don't need it on the back. Maybe I could use the engines for that. No, it seems like a bad idea somehow, doesn't it? Really. But let's put one there. I thought it was a box of 4. It is a box of 4. Okay, one there opposite it, and then we'll have one on the front in case I need to go backwards. It bothers me a little bit that I can't have that central. And then we won't put one on the back just yet, because I'm going to see if I can use the engines for that. We shall... Oh, no, hang on, there's a... Cancel that. Because he's not... Stop it. Do not want that. Okay, stop it. So it turns out you can't put them on... Yeah, it isn't a box of 4. I thought it said it was, but never mind. Let's not worry about that for now. Let's do another contract run. So I want to deliver this cargo to the other sector. This is the one that's going to be slightly more difficult though, because it's got the rating of 2. So I'm guessing that that's a speed thing, and we'll see how that goes. So I've got plenty of room in here. 1, 2, 6. Yeah, there's loads of room in there for all of the boxes. So we'll do that. So contracts. Yes, we'll accept this one. Shut on. I don't know why this has got a difficulty of 2. There's no warnings in here. And there's no time limit on it, but they're both of these I think are need to go to sector 1. In this sector, star system 1. Oh, one sector jump away in sector 1. Oh right, okay. No, I'm a muppet. I need to go somewhere else to deliver, much further away to deliver this. Okay, but I'm okay with that. That just means we'll need to do a bit more travel, but then that's sort of the point of this. Yeah. All right. Let's have the analysis. Let's investigate this one as well before I go anywhere. Gather enough science data. Custom sensor. Right. Okay. So we're going to get a custom sensor package brought out that will allow me to analyze the anomaly and um, investigate stuff. So has it been delivered? The ship didn't stop, did it? Or has it been put somewhere else? Can I? No, I've only got thrust. What? Yep. Okay. Um, come back. Oh, right. Okay. No, never mind. Maybe that first shuttle was the one that had the other. Ooh, there's lots of ships here. The first shuttle was perhaps the one that had the cargo, and there's another one coming in with the science systems. I don't know. It doesn't seem to have arrived yet, though. Complete, analyze. Install sensors to the ship. Yes, I'd like to do that, but I haven't been brought any. Where is the shuttle? Hello. Um, ambient ships. These other spaceships around here, I believe, are just other spaceships that. Well, I've gone to somewhere that has a shipyard, so presumably these are spaceships that are under construction. If I'd gone somewhere where they were hostile, they'd probably be coming over to attack me. If at the moment, I think they're just sitting there. Possibly I could attack them, but I'm not going to because that'd be rude. Yes, it does seem to be a bug, I'm afraid, Jesse. So I think we'll just have to ignore the analyze contract for now and just pretend it's not there. So let's do the let's do the FTL jump. Ooh, and I need to go to here. Now this anomaly is growing quite quickly, which is a bit alarming. A prepared jump. I don't have the sensors on board. I went to construction and install. The only thing in here is the thruster that I bought when I thought it's coming as a box of 4. So no, I don't seem to have the sensors, which is a bit of a shame. Jump. There we go. So I'm a little bit concerned about this, especially as I'm about to fly through the edge of the anomaly. So let's find out what happens when I do. So this is growing significantly faster than I was expecting it to. So from their videos, I got the impression that there was the anomaly thing that was sort of a thing that would happen to provide a bit of urgency to the game. But the fact that it's growing this fast, and I'm not sure I probably am going to be able to outrun it, but not on this jump, is quite concerning. Maybe I can stop here, do a quick unload, and then get out of here. We shall find out. Close that. Let's go down to normal speed and try and hand in the this contract. Deliver. Close that. Is it being delivered? Probably not. Where's the shuttle? Can I have a shuttle? There's a shuttle. Okay. Oh, it's coming in very, very slowly because I'm on nearly pause. Okay, that's fine. Go back to normal speed. Let's go back to slow speed. I am still worried about that. So one of the contracts says to evacuate civilians, but I don't know how to do that. Maybe it's the missions in here, these urgent passenger transport requests, but I haven't been able to build up a larger habitation deck yet, and I don't know how to do that. Maybe it's something else I can buy in the trade window. I don't know. Let's not buy anything here because I don't know if the shuttle will arrive with it before it's time to before I have to leave. There is no actual pause. Well, it's possible that is an actual pause, hitting escape and going to the main menu. But there isn't an actual pause and mess around with stuff. There's just a nearly pause and mess around with stuff, which is presumably there to give you a little bit of a sense of urgency when you're in combat and things like that. Right, let's unload all this stuff. Dump. 9 out of 10 out of 20. 12 out of 20. There we go. This isn't going to be a bad payoff. And I reckon I've got enough FTL fuel to carry on and get myself hopefully out of trouble and to wherever I need and get myself out of this sector. So let's see. I don't want to hang around here anymore. I'm going to head off to the next sector from over there. So let's do that now. The menu doesn't pause the game either. Oh wow, that's even meaner. I mean, I can see not wanting to have the the game pausable in combat so you can mess around with things. That makes a lot of sense. But as a single player game, not yeah, you're right, it hasn't paused. Not being able to do a non-interactive pause seems rather mean. Um, I mean, yeah, I'm fully on board with the not being able to pause and issue orders and stuff like that, because in FTL that is quite powerful. FTL the game, obviously. There we go. I'm escaping the anomaly. Um, it is a very, very powerful, possibly overpowerful thing, but I think a game you should be able to just pause it because you, I don't know, need to go to the loo, or somebody setting fire to your house or something like that. So, not sure I agree with that as a thing. But yeah, it's that's what the early alpha's about, to get these sort of opinions. I think. I hope somebody's writing all of my thoughts down so that I can submit them all at the end of play. Right, where am I? Sector map. Oh, I'm still in the same sector. How do I say go to the next sector? Um, I'm aligning. I don't know where I'm aligning for, but hopefully the next place. Oh, excellent. Thank you, Tristan. Well, anything could happen. I mean, I'm not saying they do it on purpose, but that was interesting. It took a while to the FTL drive had to charge back up again. Um, I jumped to next sector. There we go. But because I decided to jump again so soon after arriving. Is there anything interesting here actually? No, I can do contracts, and then there's no trade here. No trade available here. Okay, let's go to the next sector. Okay, so now that's updated to say destination for this one is in this sector, star system 15. So I just need to find star system 15, which hopefully won't be particularly difficult. This is a significantly longer flight, but as long as it still only uses one FTL fuel, then that's probably okay. How are my other supplies? So we've got CO2 is 557. Does that mean, do you think I need to buy empty CO2 bottles to put it in at some point to get rid of it? Oxygen still 2,700, so I've used about 300 since or was that 1,300? I can't remember how many I bought. Hello, Al. You missed me building up my ship. You missed me failing a mission because it had a really, really tight time requirement, and then you missed me running away from a large black hole that seems to be trying to take over the known universe. This one seems to be safe from the giant black hole at the moment, though, so we're okay for now. Oh, there's hostiles in this one, so let's not go there just yet. Let's fly. I need to go to 15, which is... Where's 15? I can't see 15. Oh, I'm going to 15 directly. It's straight in there. That's okay then. That's convenient. So I can unload there when I get there. There's a colony there that'll allow me to buy and sell some stuff. Maybe get another delivery that's somewhere inside here. And then I guess for the interest, maybe I'll fly. Maybe I'll then go in and have a... What's that? I don't know what that black thing in the corner of the screen is when I mouse over things, and it worries me. Oh, maybe that's where the anomaly would be by the time I'd flown to these places. I wonder if you can get more FTL drives which will allow you to move faster. Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe I'll need to buy an air purifier at some point then before the CO2 gets too high. Right. Nearly there. Shoop. Right, so I've arrived. I can now hand in this contract, so I can deliver that. Do that, and at some point, here comes a little shuttle. Good. That's going to get me a nice pile of cash. So let's have a look in here. So, yes. These numbers, or at least these percentages, are definitely changing. So as I say, I'm assuming this is something to do with how expensive things are. So the thrusters I bought before were about 3,000, and that was minus 71%. So that fits. So the more negative these numbers are, the better the rate is that you're buying them at. So potentially, I don't know why I thought there was a box of 4. No. So yeah, you can go to different places, buy different things from different places, and do better or worse from that. So CO2 scrubby, you're quite right, 6.5 grand. It's only minus 37%. Let's try and find somewhere else that's a bit more efficient, a bit cheaper. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. So let's have a look in the contracts. Is there anything good here? Deliver cargo to another sector. I don't really want to go to another sector. This could do with being... Oh, another minor issue. This could do with being a bit wider so that the number doesn't overlap the wording there. So yes, that's exactly my point, Pete. I think I should be able to hopefully transport stuff around and yeah, one sector jump point, sector two, cargo to another sector, also sector two, cargo to another sector, also sector two. So I could grab all of these because at some point I'm going to be going to sector two, and I think the fact that they're a difficulty two means that you get the difficulty one for it just being a mission because nothing can be less than that. You get and you get another difficulty point for each extra thing. So in this case, it's in another sector, so it's a difficulty two. So I think and previously I had some that were difficulty two because they needed they needed me to have weapons or boosters or more space for people, or there was a time limit, stuff like that. So I think all of these things add up to give you your difficulty rating. So let's just take all of these deliver cargo to another sectors missions because there doesn't seem to be any sort of time limit on these. Yes, there's no time limit on there, and I'm going to be going to sector two sooner or later. So we'll take all of these and just completely fill the craft up with stuff. And I can't do any of the other ones because they're all sort of well. Um, all right, I'll accept all of the sort of these ones and turn your ships into self-sufficient fleet. Bring as many people with you as you can. Don't know. Sure. Okay, so that's just an ongoing thing. Fine. Passenger transport requests I can't do because I haven't made my ship bigger yet. Construction. Let's slow this down because all I'm doing is actually let's put some more storage space in here actually. So we need storage. What was it? It was somebody spotted this before. Mission cargo. There we go. Let's make all of this space available for mission cargo. Yeah, it's just finding it in the list. That's the hard part. Trade. So I wasn't going to buy anything here because the prices aren't very good, and I've seen cheaper in other places. Granted, the other places where I saw cheaper were places that were about to be swallowed by a giant black hole. So but you can't have everything. So let's fly over to. This is the one with a shipyard, so maybe that's why it was cheaper. But let's fly to this colony and find out whether what this one's like, whether it's different, whether it's better. Now I hope at some point in the future we'll get a come on people, we'll get an effect where it shows you can get an idea of what sort of colony somewhere is. So maybe one's a farming colony, and that means you get cheaper, and that means you get cheaper food, or somewhere's a spaceship construction facility. Now, granted, we've got shipyards, so you get cheaper spaceship parts and stuff like that. So it gives you a bit more, bit of information before you go to places, or at the very least, maybe it'll stop being quite so insistent about you outrunning the black hole, and so you'll have a bit more of an option to just to sort of go back to places and sort of run back and forth a little bit. I don't know, because that's sort of expectation I was thinking from playing having played games like what was it the Privateer remake I played a little while ago. That was quite good. That was a long time ago to play that actually. But that was you could just sort of shuttle back and forth and sort of earn a bit of money and that sort of thing. Right, okay, so that's all of the cargo for those missions. So now we can, and those are all contract ones. So that didn't cost me a penny to pick all of that up, which is quite nice. Now I can prepare to jump. Got all the cargo on, yes. All cargo supplied. Nice. You probably didn't, Al, because it was a very, very long time ago. Um, I mean, unless it was yeah. If you search for Privateer remake, I think it was the Privateer 2 remake possibly. It was a fan project using the Vega Strike engine, and it was basically a sort of elite type game. Along those lines. It's free as well, so if you want to give it a check out, then I can cautiously recommend it. I believe the basic trading when I played it, and again this was many years ago, the basic trading and stuff had all been implemented, but they hadn't implemented and combat as well, but they hadn't really implemented the plot stuff. So yes, you could fly around, you could upgrade your ship, you could try and buy and sell stuff, you could make money. But you couldn't really advance through the game. And occasionally you'd find people who would give you significant information, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, in the various places you go to. But I don't think you could actually do all that much with them. 14 new contracts, nice. Um, no, I think you just need to clear off. I think when you leave the area, then the missions disappear because you've done them at that point essentially. Whereas while you're still there and have just finished them, it's leaving it there just for your information. I suspect. Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds like the way open source projects tend to work. This place is even more expensive. What? Don't want any of this stuff. I mean, maybe I should sell some of the stuff I've got, but um, I've got a load of deuterium. I don't know what to do with that. Oh, I can't sell it. No, they've got deuterium. Sorry. This is stuff. Oh, this is stuff that's even more expensive than normal. So I could sell some of my FTL charges, except I don't know. I can't remember what I bought them for. Uh, yes, apparently so. Well, it doesn't say how much for. Oh, maybe you can just gain crew rather than buy crew, because there doesn't seem to be any sort of monetary change there. Because here it says there's the cost. So presumably this is just a you can yes, this presumably is how you pick up more people, but I only have room for one more person. Oh no, I have room for three more people on my ship, so I could let's have three more crew just because why not? I'm not going to be able to do any sort of carrying people around missions, but yeah. Oh yeah, I wasn't planning to actually sell any of the FTL charges. It was a sort of a hypothetical. I could probably sell these, except I've only got three left now. Blimey, I'm getting through those a bit quickly. You might be right. I mean, it might be that these things are actually getting the prices are going higher and higher over time, rather than because I'm just in a place where they're a bit expensive. Um, that's an interesting point. I don't want to start just buying stuff at random though. But let's get another couple of FTL charges. Yes, they're a bit pricey at the moment, but I do need to keep going through. I do need to keep, I need to keep being able to fly. So let's get another eight of those. It's only 7,000, and I've got 58 grand now, so that's pretty good. CO2 level is still rising. Um, reactor. I've got a reactor. I don't have a need for a battery yet. Oh, am I running out of food and water? You're right. I'm running a bit low on food and water. Okay, I better buy some of that. Oxygen. Where's oxygen? Oxygen's okay. Still, yeah, food and water, as you say, they're getting a bit low. All right, food's quite cheap. Water's expensive though. Let's buy some food and a couple of waters. We'll see if we can get them any elsewhere. So minus 28 and 39%. Let's see how the prices go. Let's see how the prices are at the next stop, and then I'll either strongly regret or be very very relieved that I bought those things there. While we're waiting, so we've got a load more. Ooh, that's a scary one. It's got a rating of 3. Oh, it's because it's 2 sector jumps away probably. Um, so star system 13. Where is that? I think I could probably want to go to 13. 13, 30. Oh, 13's right up there, and that's got a shipyard as well. Yeah, I think let's take the 13 mission. I'll jump to 14 and have a look at the prices there out of curiosity, and then to 13 and see how that goes. Um, yeah, I'm expecting there to be a sort of the internal economy, as you say, Al, and I'm expecting some of these to sort of be nominally perhaps a farming colony or a something else in colony, that sort of thing. 13, yes, we'll take that one, and so on. So you can, so I've got the opportunity to go to take that one as well. So I've got the opportunity to go to various different places, and in theory, if I could stay somewhere for a little while, I could fly back and forth between two places and potentially make some money. But yeah, we shall see. So unloading all the the food and water doesn't have anywhere to go because I've not done this yet. Slow down. Food. We'll put the food up here. Put the water up here. I think that's everything I've got on the ship now. Yeah, that's the food and water. What's that? What are you? Oh, you're a thruster. Um, any equipment? So I'll put the equipment up here, out of the way. Yeah, that should do. And then I'll have a box for miscellaneous cargo as well, and presumably, hopefully, these will be a higher priority than these will be because these are miscellaneous. But we'll see how that goes. Yeah. So what it hopefully will maybe have in a future update is something like RimWorld's system for prioritizing uh, different types of different storage areas for different can have different priorities, and therefore I could set this one to be a very low priority, or this one to be these two to be very low priorities, and they're just where the miscellaneous stuff will end up if nobody knows quite where else to put it. Okay, so basically, all my guys seem to be just glorified warehouse workers at the moment. They're just carrying boxes around. It seems to be their entire life, and occasionally installing engines and things. But basically, yes, that. I believe the difficulty rating is essentially it takes all of the things that might make the mission difficult and adds them together. So you get one for it being just a mission, I suppose. Then you get another. You certainly get another one if there's a second one if there's a time limit. You get a second one if it's one sector away, and I think you get two if it's two sectors away. Because I'm sure I had one that was a difficulty 3 because it was two sectors away. I'm going to imagine that you probably also get extra bumps up if it requires going to somewhere hostile, and so on and so on. So right, I'm going to go to NG14 first. FTL, prepare to jump. Thrust, 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 thrust. Right. So going back to Mike's comment from earlier, what sort of ship am I intending to make for this? I think basically I'm thinking I'm going to start off with a simple trading transport ship. So basically the Millennium Falcon, but perhaps without the law breaking. So I'm just going to fly around, transporting stuff around, just sort of buying and selling, or actually not so even buying and selling, just doing sort of contracts where you take something from A to B and make money from doing that. Potentially next time, or maybe later in this one, if I get to the point where I've had enough of this and want to do something different, then maybe I'll move on to a combat ship for my next attempt and things like that, just to sort of to have a bit of a look around at the different possibilities, or maybe a ship that's designed to carry enormous numbers of people. Although I haven't worked out how to make the habitation area a bit bigger yet, so that's something I don't know about. Is it storage? No, it's not storage. It's none of those. I mean, over here I have the habitation deck overlay, and it's now full, as you can see, but I don't know how to make it bigger. I did see there is a ship editing system that I think is part of a separate what's the word I'm looking for? Part of a separate module of essentially. Oh, oops! I've just deleted a load of blocks of where cargo can be kept, so they're shuffling everything around again. There's nothing to deliver here, is there? No, but there's a load of new contracts as well. Let's have a look at the trade prices, because this is what I was interested in. Right, okay, so we've got the same sort of prices here. It's still minus 28 and plus 39%. So I think this might be a point to just accept that things aren't going to get any cheaper. And I shall buy that CO2 scrubber that we've been talking about for a little while. I shall buy another thruster because they've only got one. Air duct's fine. Battery. I don't think I need a battery with this sort of ship at the moment. I do want to get a couple of Gatling guns to sort of try and protect me from any asteroids I might run into. And therefore, Gatling gun ammo. Oh, bullets. Here we go. I imagine they're going to get through lots of ammo because it's a Gatling gun. And I've gone way over the amount of money I've got. Okay, well done there. Maybe I'm not going to get the Gatling guns then, or maybe only one of them. Maybe I'm not going to get Gatling guns or ammunition for them in that case. The thruster is a piece of equipment I install. It doesn't make the ship faster; it makes it more maneuverable. So I'm getting the thruster and the CO2 scrubber at this point. In fact, given the prices seem to be going up, let's buy lots of FTL charges and find somewhere to put those. And probably I don't know. Okay, that'll do for now. Only one fuel left. Oh, thank you for pointing that out. Where is it? Trade. Let's get some more fuel then, even if it is 4.5 grand. Cannot afford. Oh, fuel's expensive. Where's all my money gone? I mean, yeah, okay. I didn't realise I bought quite that much stuff, but apparently I have. Yeah, and I could put the thrusters. Let's put the thrusters on the ship now because I've got them. So put one there and one there, and I'll put in the CO2 scrubber. We'll put that in over here, so it's got an easy power. And then we're also going to need a cable running from here, here to here. Interestingly, the thrusters only require electricity, so they're clearly some kind of ion drive. But what they're ioning, I don't really know. Yeah, that's true. Yes, I spent it all on FTL fuel, didn't I? I got a bit carried away when the old clicky button there. Oh well. We've got some stuff we're going to drop off after the next jump. Ooh, spacesuits. That's a very good idea, Kane. I didn't think I'd need loads. I didn't think of getting extra spacesuits for the other crew members. Um, that'll be a next time thing, I think, given my current financial awkwardness. Right. So, ooh, those are interesting looking thrusters. Right. So now, if I think, well, let's have a look at the quick look at the tactical maps. Who else? See if there's anything else around here. What are you? Transport ship. Okay. I don't need to be on tactical map really. I could just zoom out like this. I do want. Yeah, I'm still a little bit worried about losing my ship when I zoom out if I'm not quite sure where I am. Okay, let's go back to the sector map. So I want to go to here to do that delivery, and that's a shipyard. So we'll see how the prices compare there. This is going to be mild, at least a bit interesting. So let's prepare to jump. Right. So now I'm aligning. You can see one of my thrusters there is firing now. So the ship is now capable of turning significantly more quickly. Because rather than just using the thrust vectoring system on the engines at the back here, we can use the thrusters on the front to actually rotate the ship around. Also, I'm aware from the tactical from what I saw of them playing it earlier. I know you can fly the ship around from this view, like this apparently. Um, it seems to be I to turn. Yeah, yeah. I can do a bit of manoeuvring with the thrusters from this view, but I don't really know what the controls are, so I'm not going to do that. Okay, let's prepare to jump again and get. Let's line the ship back up again after that messing around with it, and go. Um, oh, was there a button up here? I don't know. I'll have a look next time. Oh, we've got plenty of food, and we're a little bit short on. We are a little bit short on fuel, though. I have to admit. There's still 1,500 left, so there's 500 left in the tanks and 1,000 left in the other bottle. So not too bad. We'll hopefully buy some more at this when we get now we've got here. So we've got one of the contractors ready. So let's deliver that one and have a look at the trade. So minus 23% plus 30%. So these are the prices are fairly similar. But now, once these are dropped off, I'm at least going to have a little bit of money that I can spend on all this stuff. So that's going to be a little bit better. Where is it? This one? Why are they not delivering? Oh, they are. They're just bringing it. It's all got stuck up there because I don't know what I did. I just dragged around at random over here and have broken everything. It's a good thing none of these are timed, doesn't it? The good thing none of these are timed missions, isn't it? I don't even know what I'm storing. Oh, cargo. This is cargo, so it should be. I don't know why this is. Oh, this is mission cargo, and this is just miscellaneous cargo. Right, let's fix that because that's supposed to be. I've obviously dragged it across that in some way I wasn't supposed to. This is all supposed to be mission cargo in here, okay? All of that and that, and that's not supposed to be anything. No, okay. I need more space for the FTL fuel though, don't I? So we'll put that down here. Going down here. There we go. Yes, I think cargo is yes. No, sorry, no. There are two types of stuff. There's equipment and cargo. I think so. These FTL fuels are cargo, whereas the thrusters and stuff are equipment. So there's a difference between those two. Oh, and down here is I've just yeah. I think I probably dragged across I think it was when I was messing around with a habitation area. Um, yeah, when I was messing around with a habitation area, I think I accidentally unset this area I set this area to be cargo instead of mission cargo, so that's why that all got messed up a bit. Right, so I've got loads of FTL fuel. That's nice. I appreciate that. Eradicate armored thugs. Yeah, I don't think I'll be doing that, but I could potentially take. Yeah, let's have even more cargo to go to Sector 2. This is going to be a bit ridiculous, but Sector 2, sure. Now, this one's going to. Oh, this is a 10 minutes one. So this is a time limited one. That's why it's got a 3. Because it's got one for being a mission, a second one for being another sector, and then a third one for being 10 minutes. This one's 12 minutes, so it's only one sector jump away, actually. So it's not too far. That might be manageable. Was it? Ah, crap. You're right, it was. Okay, well, we'll get going in a second. And rescue civilians, where is it? Nearby System 22. That's miles away. I think no, it isn't. That's really close by, but I can't do that because I haven't got room for the people. Um, yeah, I just can't do that one for all kinds of reasons. Okay, we won't do that. Come on, guys, stop standing there. Come and move the cargo around. What are you doing? We need to go. um, so I think, do I need to say that? Oh, I think I know what I've done wrong. I think I need to say that this area is not for storage at all, and then they'll come over and move the stuff away from in front of the door. Uh, yeah, I think I took a timed one. Well, we'll see how it goes. As soon as I've managed to unload this, we'll do the jump. We'll start doing the jumps over to get to the next place. In fact, let's do that. Let's check this now. So next sector, please. Um, uh, and then we can go FTL. Let's prepare to jump, and then we'll be pointing in the right direction when these guys finish unloading all the cargo, and then we can do the jump. There we go. Can I jump with the that sticking out? Yes, I can. Excellent. Oh yeah, there's the CO2 is still going up. You're quite right. I'm sure I put in. Yeah, I put in a. Oh right. You need another thing to actually unload the CO2 into something. So presumably I need another. I don't know what I need, but I can't look right now because I'm still trying to do this. So where am I going? Sector 2. Yes, but where? Oh no, I haven't got to Sector 2 yet, have I? Press jump. Oh, my FTL drive's still charging. Come on, faster, 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 faster. Now, maybe this is where having a battery would be useful. Um, so I could actually get going a bit more quickly. Ready, prepare, jump. And next sector. Lining. Come on, line faster. Jump to next sector. There we go. Right, so this one, the one that's running out of time is cargo to another sector. Hopefully it'll tell me when I get there. Oh, star system 28. Okay, cool. So we can now look at the sector map and we can go 28. That's where I need to go to. But I've still got to fly all the way over there first. Yeah, the black hole is a bit disturbing. Given it's taking over so much of the world, it's a bit of it's a bit of a worry. So there is a bit of an FTL element in this of having to fly quite quickly in order to try and stay ahead of the thing that's chasing you, which I have to admit isn't entirely what I was expecting from this game. I was expecting it to be a bit more like Elite, where you can buzz around between different places, and there's a bit less stress is slightly too strong a word, but a little bit less pressure behind you, should we say, and would allow me to just sort of mess around and explore things at my own pace. Now, it could be that this particular game mission setup, whatever you want to call it, that I've selected, is one where you're being chased by the anomaly. And if I'd picked a different one, then it wouldn't be, and it would be a more normal. It would be more as I was thinking. And there are various different game types available, perhaps. I don't know. I wonder if the people I'm delivering cargo for care which box they get, because they all look the same, and there doesn't seem to be any option to organise them in a sensible way. So yeah, I don't know. But let's get over here first because that's the first. That's the urgent one, 28, I think. It was 20. I'm pretty sure it's 28. Let's get a. Yes, 28. That's the urgent one. Oh, do I? You're right. I do. Thank you. Contract local. Where's the one that's ready? Deliver. You deliver. Yeah, because I'm not going to be able to come back here because the anomaly is going to have taken over the world by the time I leave. But hopefully I've got that. That's not going to be enough time to do this other one. Oh well. That's their fault for being impatient. No, it does look like it's specific boxes because they haven't just grabbed the nearest ones either to themselves or to where things are going. That's a bit of a shame. But I mean, to be fair, you wouldn't just want to be. Amazon will probably go out of business fairly quickly if they just said, "Well, you ordered a thing, we gave you a thing. It wasn't the thing you ordered, but it was a thing." So, oh, and there's quite a lot to be delivered here, so it's going to be. It's a nice big payout, but it's also taking quite a long time to provide all the stuff. Oh yeah, prices are still going up. We've now got minus 37 is not too bad, but these plus 60 is huge. So yeah, money is not going to go far in these outer systems. Oop, there we go. Let's try and get there quickly enough anyway. See if we can make it. We've got 200 seconds, and that's a decent. It is some time. I'll fly faster so because I'm in a hurry. Yes, that's very true. Cargo containers do look pretty similar. I suppose you have to put the you have to write where it's going in Sharpie on the side of it, isn't it? Yes, this is indeed the one by the Prison Architect devs. So yeah, it's the one that sort of went early access started today. So yeah, it's which is the urgent one? That one. Deliver that one first. 104, actually 2 minutes. Maybe that'll be enough. We'll see. It's just like 20% of the delivery time. So yep, here comes the ship. See how we do. Yeah, I am running a bit low on fuel. Yeah, now there's a bit less time pressure. I'm going to stop and have a bit of a think about this and buy some fuel and some spacesuits and some food and some. Oh, food's just dropped significantly. I wonder why that happened. Or there's red numbers showing underneath it and it's going down quite quickly. Maybe it was dinner time. I don't know. But yeah, I better get some more of all of that stuff. Plenty of FTL fuel, but the rest of it I seem to be short of. Ooh. Da 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 da. Complete, even with the shortage of even with the time constraints I had on there. Right, so fuel, yes, let's get some fuel. That's a signal. Oh, I've got loads of money now because I had some quite good missions that went quite well. So let's just buy lots of everything since the stuff seems to be just getting more and more expensive. Energy cells I don't seem to be using. FTL charges. I'm not selling those for the previously mentioned reasons. Water. Yeah, let's have a bit more of that. And food. Let's have. What sort of units do foods come in? I'm not sure. But I feel like I should buy quite a lot of that. And ideally not have to worry about it for a while. So stairs. That's how you get to the habitation deck. But I don't think you can use one of those to get yourself more habitation decks. Hyperspace sensor. Are those the ones I'm supposed to have for the mission they were supposed to be giving me and then they didn't? And an air reprocessor might be the thing that gets rid of the carbon dioxide. So let's try that out. Oxygen maker sounds like a good idea. So I don't have to buy oxygen. Let's have one of those as well. Let's just have some of everything because I'm so curious. I was going to buy some. Where are they? Gatling guns, but they don't have any. Okay, so I'm not going to buy any Gatling guns. Rail guns and cannons are for anti other ships rather than. Oh yes, you're right. So they are. Derp. That's a bit fairly obvious now. Now you mention it. Yeah. So food comes in hundreds, water comes in thousands. So that seems reasonable given the numbers up there. So let's buy all of this stuff and spend most of my money. Oh, so you think if I put in another set of stairs over here, I get another block of habitation? Let's try that, because stairs are only 800 space bucks, so let's find out. And also, let's find out if you try and have two ships coming at once, does that cause it to break? Because I think it did earlier. And again, it's only 800 space bucks, so if I lose it, it's not the end of the world. You'd think so, wouldn't you? I've not seen any. There's an obvious thing here telling me that the CO2 is building up, so that's why I bought the air purifier. And some of the various other things, just to sort of see if any of that will fix all these problems. But there's there's no sewage bar at the top here climbing up, as far as I can tell. So maybe that is just being dumped out the back of the ship, and we're not worrying about it too much. So let's install the air reprocessor. Yes, so there we go. Okay, so oxygen and CO2 go in. No, CO2 goes in and oxygen comes out. How do I rotate this? I pressed something and it did something and I don't know what. Nope, that's maneuver the ship apparently. Ooh, that's rotate my view. That's nice to know about. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. So oxygen, the oxygen would have to go to the air duct. So if I put this in here, there isn't a nice way to put this in. Let's put it in here like that. That'll do. Then we'll put pipes from CO2 to CO2 in, oxygen to there, so we can pipe it through there, and then cable like that to power in there. So presumably this means you have trouble, you can't cross pipes over, but you can cross pipes and cables over. So there's going to be a bit of a sort of a potentially a problem with that in the future, but at the moment my ship's small enough that isn't too much of an issue. Now, what's the other thing I bought? I bought an oxygen maker. So that takes in water and produces oxygen. Oh, okay, so it's an electrolysis machine. Maybe the hydrogen. You should produce fuel as well, and we call it hydrogen. But okay, that's probably worth having, given that I seem to have plenty of air at the moment. So let's put that. Oh, I need another loader to use this, so we'll get that later. And then a cable there, and that won't work for now, but never mind, we'll put it in later. That seems reasonable, but I don't have anything to generate sewage at the moment, unless it's the habitation module. Now, I don't seem to have got those stairs, as far as I can... Oh, it said to have there the stairs. Let's put the stairs over here, then. And see if that gives me any extra cabin space. Oh, I was going to buy some spacesuits, wasn't I? I forgot about that. So let's have 3 spacesuits. And then, what was this? There was something else I was talking about that I wanted. Yeah, we don't have any. Seem to have anything that produces sewage, so I don't know. Let's get one of these hyperspace sensors because I think that might allow me to do interesting stuff with that extra mission that I didn't get because the stuff got the sensors got lost on the way in. I do still want some thrusters, but I'm running out of money, so I'm not going to buy them right now. I'm not going to buy them now. Just buy that. There we go. I used to assume that the crew produce sewage as well, but I don't see where or how or why or etc. So I've got a CO2 warning now. That's getting dangerously high. But I have just bought a CO2 muncher. Oh, the crew have all gone to... Oh, no, those are the spacesuits we bought. Atmosphere. Okay, the atmosphere is getting... The atmosphere has started to get a little bit stripy, so that's probably not good. That's probably not good. Also, my ship is on a funny angle. I can tell by the aliasing in the it's not anti-aliasing, it's just aliasing of the stripy air. Okay, but I mean, I've got the the air processor has the output blocked. Oh, because this is still working. Can I dismantle that? And then as we need more air, instead of it coming out of the bottles, it'll come out of here instead. But I don't know how to put in a... Oh, there are tanks, but I don't know how to put in valves to say don't run unless you absolutely need to. Because that's hooked up to everything. We're not. Oh, there we go. Now it's run. Well, it ran briefly. I think that is working, but slowly. 1461. Yeah, that's going down. 1461. I'll keep an eye on that. Okay, so at the moment, the other concern is that there's this thing coming to get me. Where am I? Oh, I'm there. Okay. So let's not go to where there are hostiles because I'm not a combat capable ship yet. Let's just go straight to this shipyard over here. Because yes, the ship. Yes, I believe so. The ship is full of. Well, the ship is full of O2, and I think there was a machine that was unloading oxygen canisters into the pipes. So I suspect there wasn't room in the pipes for any more oxygen. So gradually, that's a good question. I've got load. I have an option I can buy loaders, but I haven't seen unloaders. Or I mean, they are unloaders really. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I can do with excess oxygen at this point. But I think maybe if we do this, we'll see how this works, and if the well, and if this runs out of oxygen, then we can worry about then trying to put a bit more in a little bit at a time. I could perhaps have a loader down here that unloads it and then dumps it up here. One thing I have just noticed is that the level of oxygen in these bottles does go down as it's used up. You're right, it doesn't seem to be going down quite as much as I'd hope it would. Oh, we've run out of power. Because we ran out of fuel and the Muppet over here didn't go, oh yeah, I should put another fuel tank in there until it had actually all run out. Well done there. So hopefully now this will... Let's dismantle the oxygen maker because that's just sitting there using power. It's not actually doing it. It's not actually doing anything. It's probably not making oxygen because we're not putting water into it. But yeah. That's true, actually. Yes, that's a good point. That's where a battery would be extremely useful. Okay, I feel I've been called out on that one. Yeah, okay. Well, when we get to the next place, we'll buy a battery there because we'll have loads and loads of money. Right, how are we doing? So we've got loads of food and water over here. That's going well. Or we can see the water is getting used up, and so someone's been eating the food here. That's, I mean, kind of expected. It's sort of what it's there for. Um, oxygen, CO2, yeah, it's gone started to go down a little bit since it was excessively high, but this machine is run. Well, it was running because the animation was happening. Um, but this, I guess there's a blue bar behind there that I assume is the amount of oxygen it has available. So perhaps you need, yeah, I don't know how you get the air more scrubbed at this point when you've got too much when you've already got too much CO2 and how you get it back down again. Uh, unless I could perhaps vent some of the atmosphere. So I don't know. I believe all of the trade goods I have are deliveries I'm trying to do. Jump. I believe all of the goods I have in these boxes here are ones that I am still trying to deliver. Because even when you do have a failed mission, you do still get to unload the cargo. So you still do hand it over. They just don't pay you for it. So I don't know what you do if you decide actually I'm not going to bother with this mission because these people don't appreciate me properly and aren't even going to give me half value for the stuff that's a bit late. Um, yeah, I don't know. Because yes, eventually the ship will completely fill up and I won't be able to put stuff anywhere. Not it hasn't happened yet, obviously, but yeah. No, I believe the 3 minute one, it did all get unloaded. They just didn't pay me for most of it, which is a bit rude. Atmosphere's still stripy. You can tell that by looking up there. Hey, Mark, welcome. Um, Possibly, but I think cargo, mission cargo. These boxes are specifically mission cargo. That is what they. That is what the box type is. Um, let's just deliver all of these and see what happens. Oh no, I still it says another notable thing. It still says cabins 8 out of 8 up here, even though I put in a second ladder. Presumably, if I look in the habitation deck again, there's just a cabin here. There's nothing happening over here, so the stairs are just decorative, and I need something else, presumably, to allow me to find the to allow me to expand that. Unload, unload, unload. Oh, so they're all being dumped into the same shuttle. That's convenient. Cool. I mean that makes sense. They're all going to the same place here, so might as well get rid of them all at once. Okay, so let's get a battery since it sounds like that would be a good idea. I don't think I need another reactor. We do seem to have enough power being produced in general. I do need another. No, I don't need another loader because we've got more oxygen than we know what to do with. And turning water into oxygen, I mean, it depends on the proportions, but oxygen is 3,600, water is 2,400. I don't know how many oxygens you get from each water, so whether that's worthwhile or not. Maybe it's 1 to 1, maybe it isn't. I don't actually know at this point. Ooh, they've got some Gatling guns here, and I have got enough money. Well, I will hopefully have enough money to buy them. Let's just get that for now, though. Yeah, I am currently in a shipyard place, but as far as I can tell, the only real difference it makes is that if I zoom out, there are other ships parked around nearby, and if it's a silly shaped ship, and if I'm not, then there aren't. That seems to be the entirety of the difference. Um, so yeah, at the moment there doesn't seem to be. Yeah, it looks like it, but the problem is, Pete. Yes, the floor does seem to be about 1460. The problem is that there's so much oxygen in the. It seems that the oxygen, this thing, only uses up the CO2 at the rate this produces the oxygen at. So the having these two, or having one of these will never actually make the oxygen level go down. Maybe if I put in a tank actually. Let's buy a tank and see if that does anything. Um, Small tank. Let's have a small tank. Bring me a small tank. And then I can fill that up. See if I can fill that up with what do you call it? Yeah, they would. I think. Um, yes, you do. Oh, nice. It shows you a bit more information about the ship as well. Yes, so I can snap to these ships. That one's Again, another empty ship. I don't know whether I can go in and take these over and tell them to do things. Um, I don't know if I'd want to. But yes, I can. I can look at the ships and see if they're habitation. So this one has 53 cabins and 0. SE is short for sewage, or is the first bit of sewage? Oh, is that? Oh yes, so there is. So for 70,000, I could buy this empty ship here, and then either dismantle my other ship and move everything over into this one, or perhaps start this one up as a second ship. Nice. Okay, so yes, I can potentially buy more ships from these shipyards. That's worth knowing. Thank you for pointing that out. Hide the habitation deck again. So I could go off and start doing these massive evacuation missions. Okay, so now hopefully we've got all that stuff. I don't know where it went, but hopefully it's here. Yes, it is. No, the tank hasn't arrived. Great. We'll put the hyperspace sensor in because I think that's going to be worth having because of the other mission. The oxygen maker I don't need at the moment. The battery we probably do need, so we'll put that. We'll tuck this up here out of the way because that's up there and out of the way. Where is my small tank, please? I bought a small tank. So there does seem to be a bit of a glitch based around if you buy. Oh, maybe I didn't confirm it. No, I'll take that back. Maybe that isn't a glitch. Maybe that might have been user error. Um, yeah, yeah. So I think from what I remember, from what I suspect from the video thing is yes, from here. Oh, not from here. From the main menu, there is an option to build and design ships, and I think that's probably what they were playing around with in the video. Yes, I think you're probably right, Kane, that the different places. I was hoping that different places would have different amounts of or different prices, but it does seem this is only a fuel. It's only a fuel tank. It's a bit rude. Let's put it there anyway and see if it can be convinced to be an oxygen tank instead. Um, what was I saying? No, I've completely forgotten what I was saying. Oh, oh yes, you're right. Sorry, 900,000. Yeah, I clicked on it. I didn't. Yeah, I didn't look at it properly. You're right. 900 grand for the large logistics ship, or 70 grand for this here empty ship, which has no habitation deck at all. Okay, let's not buy an empty ship, even though I can, because it's not going to go anywhere. Back to Science Vestal. There we go. What's going? Oh, need power. Cable. Bloop. Ah, good. Ah, there we go. Yes, the small tank is now filling up with oxygen, and the CO2 level is dropping. So I was right. Excellent. Um, No, I don't believe I can. I think, based on what I saw from the devs videos, I think you can't rename ships. It's probably a yet rather than an at all, but you can't rename ships because they haven't implemented that yet. They were flying around with all these names and they're saying this name doesn't make much sense, but that's what it was based on. So tough, essentially. Okay. Oof. Let's power. How do I look at how much power I've got and how much I'm using? There was a thing somewhere that told me about my power. Usage. Wasn't from clicking on that. Oh, power grid. There it is. So we're now pulling in 25 megawatt. That's interesting. I thought there was a 20 megawatt. Oh, it's a 25 megawatt reactor. Okay, so it's going at 100% at the moment because it was charging the battery. 10, 21, 22, 23. I don't know why it's still providing 25 megawatts when the battery's fully charged and this is not 25 megawatts, but oh well. Why is there a buy button in? Oh, that's the spaceship. Okay, that's fine. Why is there no power being used by this? I mean, it's happy, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. But yes, the CO2 level is now dropping as this tank down here fills up. And if I go to here, then we can see the tank is 4% full. So we've got plenty of room to dump all of the carbon dioxide out into convert it to oxygen and put it in here. So this is cleaning our mess up now. It's nice. Yes, it worked. Very happy about that. Okay, so now how far away is the thing of doom? It's getting a little bit close. Yeah, but there's still plenty of still plenty of time from where I am. So let's look for some more contracts to do. Those are all completed. These are undone. Ooh, what? Why has that gone red? Why is that red rather? Why is that red? Oh, because I had it selected. Okay, fair enough. 15 boxes of supplies to sector 3. Yeah, let's take that one. Sector 3. This one's got a difficulty rating of 2, though, for some reason. I don't know why it's got a... I don't know why that's a difficulty of 1, this one's difficulty of 2. Maybe this is on the place where you land in the next sector, and this one's the place after where you land, somewhere else in that next sector. Now, rescue civilians, I can't do this because I do have the thrusters, but I don't have anywhere to put the people. So, and there's a meteor shower in the area, so I'll just get wrecked by that. So I can't do that one. It's a really lucrative mission though, so I think it'd be nice to get. It'd be rather nice to be able to do these sort of missions, but at the moment I can't. This ship is only really good for sort of flitting around carrying boxes from A to B. So I am just working for Amazon at the moment. I need to buy one of them, or probably not one. Yeah, one of them. The 900 grand ship. So I suppose I need to start saving up. So let's see. Before I go, FTL 21, good. Fuel 5,000, that's loads. Food 600, yeah, that's good. That's good. Oxygen, I mean, that's going up, so that's good. CO2 is going down, that's fine. Yeah, things seem to be good. Construction button. The construction button, it allows you to install or dismantle any of the sort of the boxes you brought in. You can run cables, pipes, assign storage areas. Oh, shipyard. Ah, okay. I've just not looked properly through the system. Derp. So yeah, I can add more habitation deck with this. So let's make this a bit bigger. How much money have I got? 95,000. Okay, let's put in 15,000's worth of habitation then. So now I've got an yes. Okay. So I can put in a lot more I can put an arbitrary sized habitation deck. That's a bit silly. Let's not do that. Okay, so that's sorry, Risand. If you're shouting that at me for ages, I do apologise. I can make the ship bigger as well by the looks of it. I can build some more hull out here and stuff. Why is my CO2 warning still showing? I don't know. So this 7 sewage, I don't know what. So the sewage is gradually building up. It looks like because that was 7, now it's 8, 9. I don't know. Maybe I do just need to drop in a sewage thing because that is rising quickly. All right, since I've got quite a lot of money left at the moment, and it's still going to be a while until that anomaly catches up. Let's get there's a water purifier, waste treatment plant machine, 40 grand. Jeez. I mean, okay, let's buy those two because I think I probably need those. And I can't buy a small tank. Let's just buy those. It's all of my money. Where was the 230 sewage? I didn't see that. I saw the 19 sewage. Where does it say 230 sewage? It's creeping upwards gradually though, so that is steadily increasing, actually, quite steadily increasing. Okay, so I'm going to need a water handling system now as well. So, oh, okay, right. So apparently Kane over on the YouTube side says that the sewage quantity reset when I built some extra habitat area, but before it was up to about 230. That's worth. No, yeah, okay. That's a bug, I think. So let's put in the install the waste treatment machine. Now I don't know where to link this up to at this point. So we've got sewage coming in, perhaps from the stairs, but I don't know. I don't know. Let's put them in and then just sort of, at least if I've got them, then I can go, well, yes, I've sort of done that in a reasonably fair way. Hush, we'll just worry about it later. Water, I guess, needs to be put into a tank as well, but I can't afford a tank at the moment. So let's just let the internals fill up and see if they do. And I need to put in the cables for the power. Bloop. Bloop. Pipe like that and like that. I don't know. And then we've got water coming out of here, but we can't do anything with it at the moment. So we haven't got anywhere to put it. Like a tank would be nice, but you might be right. That might be, yes. Okay, that's quite possible. Let's No graphics on those. Okay, but there's no spinny thing either, and I don't know. Do any of these? Yeah, so those are spinning things, but they don't show how much of whatever it is they use is in them. Um, hmm. Yeah, you might be right about putting that under the habitation facility. So let's run the habitation deck up to here, like that. Oh no, I won't do that because I haven't got any money. Next time, next time on Laurence Plays. No, next time we get somewhere, we'll do that. Okay, so I think now it's probably time to leave to the next sector, and I'm in the right place to do that. So let's prepare to jump. And jump to next sector. Suddenly very, very bright. My eyes. Okay, so do we want to do anything en route? Well, we can't extend the habitation area out there. We've got this otherwise hooked up. I think I'm going to need to buy another one of these small tanks. And ideally, I'd like to have maybe I don't need a water bottle filler, and they won't just if I have a water tank, they'll drink from that rather than from the water bottles. I guess we'll find out. But actually, if I get to that point, then the ship is going to be somewhat closed loop, perhaps. I don't know. And we're going to need to keep the fuel flowing to keep everything powered, and obviously keep getting more FTL fuel to keep the ship moving. But and we need to buy food. But potentially, if the sewage can get turned back into water at the same rate it's used, and the CO2 gets turned back into oxygen at the same rate it's used, maybe we don't actually need to buy any more of those things. It's sort of a nice investment that will just keep working. I've lost my. Oh, I can. Oh, okay. I can't construct things on the outside of the ship when it's in hyperspace. That's fair enough, really. Uh, I don't think there's anything else to do on this hyperspace jump. I probably should have. I should have jumped and then started fitting things, but never mind. The time isn't. I was going to say time isn't particularly short, but actually there's this waiting for us to be caught by the anomaly that's a little bit of a concern. So let's keep going. Oh, you might be right, actually, Tristan. Yes, could be a requires shipyard thing, or it just requires not flying through hyperspace thing. It's going faster. No, I don't do any of my deliveries here. Sector map. It says delivery here. Oh, and the end of the playtest over here. Okay. And there's a colony. Oh, so I'm at a colony one at the moment. And there's a derelict here. That's different and interesting. That one's probably going to be. I see asteroids around there, so I'm guessing this might be dangerous, but I don't really know. But let's have a look. So can we? No, we. Ah, yes, you're quite right, Tristan. So we can't do the we can't construct things on the outside of the ship without a shipyard. Spot on. Maybe I'm going to use that as my excuse for why I didn't find it earlier. That seems like a good excuse. Now I've got two contracts running. Are there any more that I can do here? Rescue civilians from wrecked ships. I could possibly do this now. Um, I need some skill to dock safely. Yeah, I don't know if I've got any skill. I've seen what that requires. And I don't know if I've got enough thrusters at this point. I don't think I can. I don't think I can really do that one. Deliver cargo to nearby star system. Where's that going? This sector, system 42. 4 minutes. No, that's a bit too ridiculous. No, I'm not doing any of that. I'm not doing those. That's just silly. Let's instead carry on. Let's go over here and make those deliveries. Thank you, Pete. And there's a bit of a that's the joke here, of course, but well, I could do if I had a bit more time. I could do the rescue mission because I would probably have time to run off, finish off this delivery. I get all the money from that. I could make my habitation deck larger. I could go and pick up all those people. Um, I don't think I have time to do that because I'm actually practically at the end of this game. Um, I'm in the last sector now, so there's not very much time left remaining. So I think I have strong suspicions based on what I saw from the play tests by the devs themselves. I think that the top of the list one I chose is the outrun the anomaly one. The master's gone back in there. I wonder if it's got any useful information. Yeah, so only 41 free cabins. Yeah, sure. But contracts. Where am I? Oh, here we go. Here are the delivery ones. Deliver. Um, Train of thought. Yes, oh yeah, yes, I'm definitely going to carry on playing. There's at least 4 or 5 different options on the main menu for different. What I'm going to sort of assume are basically different game modes at this point. So maybe one of them will be a bit more of the sort of the go off, bit like playing a tiny version of Eve or of Elite or something like that. Because their demonstrations, they've shown off mining, they've shown off combat, they've shown off things like that. So yeah, I think this is a cargo hopper. I think the next one, I think probably combat will be the most interesting, but to an extent, it's going to depend on what the next mission type, the next game I select is. If it gives me a ship that's full of guns and missions that are full of shooty, then I'll definitely be doing that. If I'm given a mining ship at the beginning, then maybe I'll start off with a mining run. So let's. Oh no, I can't build the extra habitation area because um I need a shipyard. There's one though. So let's. Okay, there's an SOS here actually. What does that mean? Um, oh right, yes. I think yes. I was pretty sure. It's a good question though. What would happen if I decided actually I can't be bothered to do that mission anymore because I've run out of time? So that is still worth having a can I ditch cargo if it's irrelevant option question. What was I saying? Oh yes, I was going to see if I could rescue people. So we've got there's 5 crew available here, so I could buy all of those and see if the SOS goes away. Um, Oh, I need a second sensor. Damn it. I've captured 4 data, so I need to buy another sensor. I do have the money for that, to be fair. But I think I probably don't have time to actually do that. Contract no, 13. Okay, so I've now got up to 13 permanent residents. Is there a number I'm supposed to try and get to? Population's reached 10, so I've got 10 grand for that. Nice. Oh, if we can get up to 100 people, then I'll get 1 million. I suspect that's probably not going to work on this ship. What was the evacuation? I've evacuated zero civilians. What? I just went in to evacuate some civilians. Maybe this isn't a planet? Um, I don't know. I mean, it says I've evacuated zero civilians, but I don't know where to find civilians. Okay, they're probably not the logistics. In fact, I know they're not the logistics drones. I know what those look like. I don't see civilians in this list. Yeah, I think it probably is, but maybe evacuation missions are sort of this sort of thing. Yeah, this will be this sort of thing, perhaps. Um, but I need 43 free cabins for this one, so yeah. I believe you're. Yes, I think you're right, Mike. From what I've seen, the one of the other demo videos had them with 2 different ships. One was a mining ship, and the other was a combat ship. And so, presumably, when you've got a bit more space to play with and a bit less time pressure, you can earn a bit more money. You can do a bit more stuff and get to the point of being able to being able to just mill around a bit, build your ships up and make them bigger, buy more ships and so on. Because we saw the options for buying ships, like this one, which I can't buy from here because this isn't a shipyard, but I can have a look at it and say, oh look, here's a ship. Um, okay, I can't see whether it has a habitation deck or an extra. Yeah, okay. Train of thought. Yeah, so I can potentially buy more ships, but I haven't really had the. I mean, part of it is because I've just been throwing money around because I don't really know what I'm doing. But I don't think even if I played this a lot more efficiently, I'd have had enough money to buy the much bigger ships. So I think probably it's going to have to. There's going to have to be a slightly different game mode in order to get me up to having multiple ships and things going like that. I was going to. Oh yeah, I was going to go somewhere, wasn't I? Well, let's go to. I want to go to the shipyard, don't I? So yeah, let's go to the shipyard now, and then I'll go to the end of playtest and fly off and see what happens at that point. I mean, presumably the game will end, but you know what I mean. Right, there we go. Yes, I probably should, and that's a good point, Kane. When I'm messing around looking at things, I should hit the very nearly pause when I'm just faffing around and going, I wonder what this does, I wonder what that does, and fiddling with things. But yeah, and that would increase my general play efficiency a little bit. But even so, I don't think I'd have been able to afford to buy an enormous number of stuff. It's a small cargo ship here. I'll do it this time. There we go. I remembered. It's not showing me inside it though. Which the other ones were. Yeah, I was shown inside. I was shown inside empty. Maybe small cargo ship is somebody else's cargo ship. Ooh, that's a big one. That's what she said. No habitation deck though, but it's a nice big ship. And that looks like space for significantly bigger engines, or perhaps more of them. Yes, that one isn't for sale. It looks like it's quite nice. Yeah, nice cargo ship. It's a bit weird. It's got an empty hole on the front of it, and a bit of a hole at the back of it. I wonder how the air stays in. I don't know. Science vessel. That looks familiar. Spindle. That looks. I don't know what you would use that for, but so I won't. Okay, what am I doing here? So oh yes, I was going to build up the in the shipyard. I was going to add some habitation deck that goes from here out to there, just like that. And yeah, as we observed earlier, that gets rid of all your sewage, which is quite convenient. It's one way of jettisoning it, I suppose. Um, but I've no idea whether that's well. I suppose we'll find out as time passes. See if this picks up some gunk and then starts processing it. I don't know. Right, so we're ready for another FTL jump. I think now I have basically. I mean, there are some contracts available. Sector 4, I presume I can't actually get to that one, so I won't bother with this. I'll just fly off. And actually, even if I do end up in another sector, then I'll start a new game because I think I've learned quite a lot from playing this, and it's been interesting, and it's been good fun as well actually. Um, it is a bit 2001, yes. And then we'll start again and with a different ship and maybe a different universe that doesn't have a giant black hole coming to get you. We'll see how that goes. The waste treatment machine hasn't started doing anything yet. The habitation deck is building up some sewage. So my feeling is that this probably hasn't done it. Hmm. Yes, the spindle design would separate things apart. So I guess yes, if we found something that was dangerous for whatever reason, something that emitted radiation, then you could whack that up on one end of the spindle and then have other things down the other end. But at this point, I don't think it's necessary. Oh, CO2 has gone completely from the information panel up here because we've got rid of all of it. Now, I'm slightly curious as to what. I don't want to see the habitation deck. Go away. Can't turn off the habitation deck overlay. Oh, because I'm still on this shipyard construction. That's why. This is 24% full. It'll be interesting to monitor. Okay, monitor this over time and see whether it goes up or down. I would expect it to go down because I wouldn't expect having this closed loop to actually be completely free oxygen. But it seems that maybe it would be. I don't know. Oh yeah, there was a sewage pipe as a thing that could be bought, wasn't there? Okay, let's buy a sewage pipe and have a look at it and see what we can do with that. Um, is there anything else in here that I want to buy and play with before I stop? Because this may be the last chance. Thrusters would be good fun. The guns would be fun, but I don't think I've got anything to shoot at this point. So there's not much point there. Same with the mining lasers on the drone bay. Everything else. Oh, I haven't played with the energy cells, but I've no idea what those power at this point. So I think yeah, and you could have a mod to require managing the O2 and the CO2 a bit more cleverly, but I think that's what these machines are supposed to do. I mean, this one will keep you with the correct amount of oxygen, and this one will remove all of the CO2, and that both of those are perfectly sensible good things. Oh, does the next one have hostiles? I missed that. Oh, yes, it does. You're right. Okay. All right, let's have some. Let's buy some guns then. Guns, lots of guns, lots of guns, lots of guns. I've got 76 grand. How many guns can I buy for 76 grand? We'll find out in a second. But first, I'm going to install the sewage pipe and see what happens. Ah, okay. So that goes there, I think, and then we'll probably get then that'll probably pull the sewage out. Okay, and that makes a closed system of water, and that would mean that I can stop spending money on buying bottled water, and everyone can just drink the reconstituted water. I believe the 8200 is all of these bottles plus whatever, probably plus whatever's in here because the number is changing. But I think it includes these bottles. So if I sold off some of these, then it would drop down again. You drink reconstituted water all the time. Quit your moaning. It's just usually reconstituted by the environment rather than by a machine. There we go. So yeah, that should now work. Let's have a look at the habitation deck again. 100 sewage, 101, 102. Okay, so that's still going up, but I can't remember if that's gone down or not. But these machines are going to have their outputs blocked. It doesn't. There is a thing somewhere that says when they've got outputs blocked. I saw it earlier, but it doesn't seem to say it now. So I do need to put another. Let's put another tank on that, and let's also buy small tank, one of those, and let's also buy. Can I afford a railgun? I cannot afford a railgun. I guess I'll be getting a cannon then, and some cannon ammo, cannon shells. Here we go. They're only $74 each. That's not too bad. Buy quite a lot of those, because I might need to defend myself quite a bit. I've got the thrusters at the front, so I'll be able to turn the. So I guess we'll just be like a fighter spaceship. We'll put the gun on the front and just point the nose of the ship at whatever we want to attack, rather than on the sides and do broadsides because I've only got the one gun. Ooh, lots of ammo. Yeah, let's give them somewhere to put that. So we'll put the cannon shells here, and then we'll install the cannon like that. Still can't center it because it's an odd number wide. And we'll put the small tank here, and then a pipe there. We'll see what happens with that. Oh, it needs power as well. Of course it needs power. Everything needs power. There we go. Charging up. That's some nice gun artwork going on there. Is it just because it's an overlay? No, because I'm on the construction menu. No, that is actually the artwork for the cannon. Excellent. Now, I'm forgiving and sympathetic because, as we all know, it is early access. That's fine. I don't mind. I mean, it's not even early access. It's pre-early access. Okay, so now we have a gun. We have a waste purifier. All this stack of machines. The small tank is nothing in it, even though I've linked it up with a pipe. So that doesn't seem to have actually worked. The sewage. What did I just do? Oh, I put cable down. Okay, that's fine. The sewage thing doesn't seem to be sewaging, as far as I can tell, and therefore the waste treatment machine isn't treating the waste, and the water isn't going to the water purifier and isn't going into the small tank. But that looks like it's the sort of system you're supposed to do, unless this is the one that has to be directly underneath the habitation deck. Yes, exactly. Lots of placeholders, as you say. So let's add a little bit more habitation deck. And the problem is we don't know whether that's fixed or not because that immediately zeroes it. But we'll see if that goes back up again. So far, no, but the other small tank has a thing on it saying it's 24% full of oxygen. This one doesn't have anything, so this doesn't seem to be doing anything. We are getting through fuel at quite a rate. There's two of them left though, and we don't have. Actually, yeah, let's get some more. Yeah, we can get some more fuel. No, we can't. There isn't any for sale. Okay, well, we'll just carry on then, shall we? Let's go over here and find out what happens with the hostiles. What? Sex. Why can I don't seem to be able to go here because maybe that's because it is the end of the playtest and therefore I'm just not allowed to go there. So let's go here even though it's an empty place because it's just one more jump to make. It's a shame I bought that big gun on the front for nothing. So questions remaining, I suppose, are how do you use the waste the water the sewage handling. That's really bright. It gets me every time. The sewage handling system because that doesn't seem to. Even though I believe I've probably hooked it all up correctly, but who knows? I feel like I probably have. Oh no, the water purifier is working. Maybe I have. Maybe that is it then. Let's check the habitation deck again. Yes, we've still got zero sewage over there, up there, even though people are presumably pooping. And if we look on here, we've got that is now a water tank and it's a 0% full, probably because people are drinking it. At least that's my assumption. Now there's not going to be anything at all here because it's just it's an empty space in the middle of nowhere. I don't know why it's a sector, but perhaps it's just to fill the map up a little bit. Or maybe it's will come soon when we're slightly less early alpha. Who knows? But then from here, I suspect there's now nothing I can do. I mean, I could fly to an I can't. Maybe I can fly to an unreachable colony and just see what happens. No, maybe not. Because it draws an orange arrow on there, which this one doesn't. But it does then put a big cross in to say no, just don't do that. Yeah, growing your own food would be interesting as well. Just that then that would turn sort of presumably the sewage, the other output of the sewage, and some energy and perhaps some water into food. So that'd be quite nice. But no, I suspect that's not a thing at the moment. Right, I think I'm done. Let's end this game here. Yes, exactly, Pete. It's unreachable because the anomaly will have anomalized it before I can before I can go in and before I can even get there. So I think that's my first game done. I've actually quite enjoyed that. It's been interesting. There's been a bit of stuff that I've had that's taken a bit of exploring to find it. There's a few options that I've not noticed, but I think that might be a little bit that might be me being a little bit unobservant because all of you guys noticed them were saying click on the blooming whatever it was called, the other button in here, the shipyard button. Click the shipyard button. Click shipyard, and I didn't notice you saying that, so I apologise for that. Oh dear. But yeah, so yeah, I think if we're going to go sort of full on colony sim, then well, one thing I'd need a slightly bigger ship, but the habitation deck does appear to be expandable as much as necessary. I think from what they've said, they're going to be introducing a lot more habitation management in the future. So perhaps this is going to be a bit more than just you have 25 cabins because you've taken up the space. Um, Perhaps, and then maybe there's going to be a sort of a RimWorld-esque sort of assign, or probably more to be fair, more accurate, perhaps a prison architect-esque way of assigning cabins and rooms, and maybe they'll introduce a morale system as well and all that sort of stuff. They did say they weren't going to go as all in with sort of person simming as they did in Prison Architect, even though presumably they already have a lot of the code for that because Prison Architect. But I think I'm actually quite glad about that. I almost prefer the I don't want my people to be that much more complicated than FTL characters because at that point I think it will take away from the engineering and spaceship game side of the game and start becoming a bit more sort of person management or colony management like RimWorld or Prison Architect or The Sims or something like that. And that's already there's already quite a lot of games in that niche, so I think it's quite nice that this one's a little bit further away. But we'll see. We'll see how the advances how things change over time, and yes, it'll be interesting to see. So for now, I think that's the end of this one. So I'm going to abandon this game and don't go anywhere because I am going to immediately start another one and start playing around with things. Um, so yeah, I don't think there's any point in saving it. I've got to the end. I can't really do anything from here, so let's just abandon it. So that was Praxis I was playing there. That was the first one, and that seemed to be the sort of the fly away from the anomaly as fast as you can. So let's just work down the list. Let's have a look at Sleek now. Yeah, true. Having slightly different roles would quite. I mean, that's sort of have you played FTL, Resand? Because that would be that sort of that's the sort of level I'm thinking, I guess. So here we've got no habitation, but we do still have five dudes. So they don't have anywhere to live. That's nice. I guess that means I basically have to build this ship up entirely from scratch. But I do have an enormous quantity of money for this. So I guess I can just go nuts, basically. Let's see. Except I'm not in a what's the name spaceship facility. Let's drop down to very slow speed and let's have a look at the sector map. So there is still an anomaly here that's looking vaguely threatenous. So I need to build up this spaceship quickly. Maybe decide what I'm going to do with it. Maybe make it a military one here. Oh, okay. Practice one of their games. That makes a certain sense. So yes, while I'm here, I'll build up a basic ship by buying stuff from the colony. Fly over to this shipyard here and build up a bit more stuff. Think the extra things I'm going to need, like make like an actual habitation deck. Maybe more guns if I need it. And then I'll try and make a military ship this time and see if I can do some going around and blowing stuff up and that sort of thing. Because I think military is a bit more different to mining. That it's going to be yeah, worthwhile. So the crew are both hungry and thirsty. We've got no O2. We've got nothing. Right. Okay. So let's see. We need to buy everything. So I need a reactor. I'm glad this is the second one I've done because the previous one was a much more gentle introduction-y. So having this one as a oh, three thrusters. That's no blooming use. And an FTL drive. Let's have some Gatling guns for point defense. Let's have a railgun and two cannon for actually doing combat. Smelter, interesting. So that'll be for a mining ship, clearly, which I don't know whether this is intended to be that or not. We need a sewage pipe. We need a waste transport machine. We need a water purifier. We need an oxygen maker. We need an air reprocessor. I think we've got stairs already. That's one of the few things we do actually have. Then I'm going to need a load of fuel. I'm going to need a little bit of oxygen to start off with, but hopefully the ship will just will just process it through, and I won't need to keep buying more of it. We shall see how that goes. FTL charges, we definitely need a lot of them. Yes, I have an actual budget this time, so I'm going to be able to just build the ship of my dreams rather than having to go, oh, I'll scrimp and save and just put little bits and pieces together here and there. I bought railguns. Let's get all of that and all of that. In fact, I'm more limited by the amount of stuff available for. Oh, actually, I was going to say I'm more limited by the stuff available for sale than the available money, but actually, I've spent nearly all of it now because presumably because guns are expensive. No, no, it's actually no, it's the ship parts that are really expensive. So the reactor, the engines, um, and the FTL drive, that's where a significant quantity of the money's gone. Now, granted, the rail guns weren't cheap, but yeah, actually, a huge amount of it's gone on just essential stuff for the ship, the things we had initially when we started. Let's get some water as well because I don't want my people to die. And food, because food I don't expect to be recirculatable, so I'll buy quite a lot of that. I don't know what deuterium is for at this point, so I'm a bit loath to buy it unless it's a trade good. I don't really know, so I won't buy any of that. I will buy some spacesuits. I won't buy logistics drones because I haven't bought a logistics drone handler yet. Um, oh, drone bay, there it is, 83 grand. Yeah, that's true. I am a bit of a captive customer. I'm not familiar with Parkinson's law, which is probably for the best, given that I suspect you're being rude to me. There we go, and have two more crew as well. Okay, so given that this is gonna be, I think these are obvious places to put the thrusters for manoeuvring. Um, guns, I think we're gonna have, or maybe yeah, because I want yes. If I put them at the further forward, then they'll help the yeah. They can then turn the ship as well as move it sideways. Maybe even further forward actually. Maybe I should put them right over here and here. Because then they'll provide more turning moments. Just left. Oh, these are ladders. Oh, I'm on slow, so nothing's coming out. Oh, okay, yes. um, yeah, and also it's a law of luggage as well. If you, your the stuff you take with you to when you go on holiday or when you do well anything will expand to fill the available space you have for storing the luggage as well. It's definitely a thing. Okay, let's start in. Oh, good. I press space without thinking about it, and that does pause and unpause it, or nearly pause and unpause it. Excellent. Okay, so we're putting a thrusters there and there. We're putting the engines at the back because that's where you put engines, like that. And again, I'm going to put them as far out as possible so we get the maximum turning force. And if I decide I need to make the ship go faster, then it looks like there's easily room for another pair of engines on the back of here. I might need another reactor for that, of course. Since reactors and engines both use fuel, I'm going to put the reactor in here, and I'm going to put the battery next to it because why not? It's all power stuff. It doesn't really matter, but I will. Oh, I need a loader. I forgot the loader. In fact, I need at least two loaders. Well, I probably only need one because they could share it, but I think having two is probably a good idea. Okay, I'm going to put all of the guns on the same side of the ship so that I can deliver really effective broadsides and just hope that nobody ever gets on the other side of the ship. Now we have the thrusters there that'll help it turn around a little bit. So maybe we'll be okay with this. We shall see. So actually no, let's put the Gatling guns have a point defense. So let's have one of those on either side because they're not for shooting down. They're not for shooting enemy ships. They're for shooting down meteorites and stuff like that. I don't think I did get an air duct. Excellent point. I'll get onto that in a moment. Oxygen maker loaders. One of the loaders goes over here. Gatling guns, FTL drive. I mean, it doesn't really matter. There seem to be blue circles on absolutely everything, so it's clearly not a connection for anything. It must just be this is the center of that thing or something like that. Cannons, right? These are the guns that are all going to go along the same side, because and the and the railgun, if I can find it in the list, there it is, are all going to go along the side here, so I can deliver devastating broadsides from that side of the ship. Then on the sort of the slightly more what's the word? Actually, let's not fit the oxygen maker. Oh, no, the oxygen maker I do want. Let's not do the water treatment stuff yet. Let's do the oxygen. Oh, the oxygen maker I don't need. That turns water into oxygen. I didn't want one of those. Oh well, never mind. Air reprocessor gives out oxygen, takes in CO2. Um, water purifiers, water sewage, waste treatment. Oxygen make. Yeah, the oxygen maker is the one that takes in water and gives out oxygen. That's not what I wanted at all. I've not got all the stuff I need. Have I? Have I forgotten? I feel like I've forgotten something. There was an air purifier. Oh, maybe it's still being unloaded. Okay, it's still being unloaded because I've got pause on. Yeah, that's quite likely. I mean, I noticed there was a smelter available for sale, so potentially when I manage to buy one of those, then I'll be able to, yes, take in ore from ships that I'm mining. Sorry, meteorites that I'm mining, possibly ships that I'm mining if it goes particularly well. It's the way up. It's the direction they point in. So the arrows are when you're putting something down, you can choose which way round it's pointing when you place it. So yeah, there's a smeltery. Presumably is for when you harvest from an asteroid, you can turn it into ingots that you can sell for presumably more money than you would be able to sell the ore for, or maybe you just can't sell the ore. Who knows? So if you had a big enough ship, you could do all that sort of stuff on board. I guess. I kind of need more people. um, Yeah, I've got them doing the building and the unloading, so they're all a little bit overworked at the moment. But never mind. As long as they do things in a reasonably sensible order, it's probably not going to be too bad. Um, I mean, I'm not convinced they are going to do things in a remotely sensible order. Oh, well, because that's what the jobs button does. So the yellow lines are things that need to be done, and the green lines are things that are either being done or a person is on their way to do. So that one is, yeah, that was being picked up and then brought over here. Once he puts that down, he's now going to go and pick this one up and bring it up here. Okay, that's worth knowing. I don't know if that's actually if it's particularly useful right now, but I feel like it's worth knowing in general. I might have overbought a little bit on the FTL fuel, but then we did need a lot of that in the last one. That was the thing, you use one of those every single time you jump, so I'm expecting this to be quite required in quite large quantities. Let's go a bit faster because it's still unloading. Is that food? No, that's bullets for the guns. I shall organise all of this stuff once we do an FTL jump and the guys are just standing around twiddling their proverbials. These I know are cannon shells. It's almost a shame they don't have a thing on them. Yes, I know the crew are thirsty and hungry. You've got water in the bottles. Will that do you? It did before, so I think you should be able to just drink that now. I've run out of space to put things. Storage. Any any equipment. Any cargo. Whatever. Just get it all moved away from the ship so it can be placed somewhere. Um, I don't know. No, I don't think so. I think the jobs menu is just information rather than actual here is stuff that's being done. I could be wrong, but there doesn't seem to be a way to prioritize things. Also, things are getting done sufficiently quickly that I can't tell whether I'm prioritize. No, I can't click on that. I can't click on that, even though I've got jobs open. So no, I don't think so. I think it is just a they will do things. They will do things in whatever order they damn well please. Okay, so now can we? Well, actually, while all that was happening, I should have been laying cables and pipes. So we want a cable going from here like that, down here, across here, across here. Then air reprocessor. Right, maybe we've got the extra bits and pieces we need for this now, so we can install the got water process, oxygen. No, I didn't buy the other bits and pieces we need for air. It was an air duct, wasn't it? That was the thing. Yes, this thing, if that's that, yeah, that turns the air into that. The air reprocessor turns CO2 back into oxygen, and then the air duct lets the oxygen out into the ship. So that'll allows you to oxygenate the ship, obviously. Okay, so that seems to be all right there. Or was it air? Yeah, that was the air reprocessor. Yes, because there was also the oxygen maker, which I don't need at the moment, or want at the moment. So right, okay. I'm going to say while we're waiting for this, let's put some storage for bullets there and there. In fact, let's have 2 bullet storages by each one. And then we want cannon shells over here. No, cannon shells here. No, what? That says cat. Did I buy 2 railguns and 1 cannon? I thought I bought 2 cannons and 1 railgun. Maybe not. No, I'm sure that's. I don't know why this is cannon on it, because I'm sure it also looks the wrong way around from what. Oh, it's because it hasn't been built yet, so that will be the cannon, and probably one of these is already also a cannon. Maybe this one's the railgun because it has a power bar. I think that's probably the case. So we'll put the railgun slugs there. Bullets I've assigned. FTL charge goes over. Scrolling's a bit slow. FTL charge goes over here by the FTL drive. Big storage space for that. Reactor. Oh, fuel goes over here by the reactor. Fuel. Right, and now we need some pipes as well. So we need the fuel pipe going from there to there, like that. So we have the loader there will be filled up with fuel. That'll get all of this working. Down here, we also need the fuel to go to here. Oh, this might be I might be going to regret this, putting the air reprocessor in that corner. In fact, let's undo that. Let's put this pipe up here, round here, round here, and round here, and then dismantle the air reprocessor, and instead we'll put the air reprocessor somewhere else, like over here somewhere. So that's the air duct. The air reprocessor can go next to that once it's ready. Then we can power it and put pipes in without having issues from the with worrying about the fuel pipe getting in the way. Okay. So there's a lot of now tidying up of stuff being done. I didn't really want that. I was going to leave that until I did the FTL jump, wasn't I? Oh well, never mind. It was waiting while I was faffing around with other stuff. I do need cables over here though for power. So let's just take it straight down the middle of the ship, all the way front to back, since the power cables seem to be free. So we'll run across there, down there, across there. Right, that's everything powered, or at least no, it's not. That's everything powered, or at least it will be once the reactor's kicked in. So now I should see at some point soon. Let's turn that jobs overlay off. That's ridiculous. A bit much when they're doing all this stuff. Okay, so they're bringing the fuel up. Hopefully one of them will stick a fuel in there. Yes, he is. He's just having to bring it all the way around because I put this in a stupid place. Who designed this, honestly? Yeah, that shouldn't really be like that, but never mind. Okay, so we're filling up the engines with fuel. Presumably we're filling up the reactor with fuel. Yes, we are. That's now producing power. Excellent. Oh, it's a more powerful reactor. Oh, maybe that 25 megawatts was the output of the reactor, and the reactor is actually capable of producing 100. This one's a 100 megawatt reactor anyway, apparently. Oh, and I need a couple of tanks. I forgot the small tanks. No, I didn't forget the small tanks. We need to install the not air reprocessor. That can go there. How does the CO2 get into it? Was there a thing that was sucking up the CO2? No, it just pulled in CO2 from nowhere, didn't it? Or from the surrounding atmosphere. I think. We'll cable that in as well. It needs power. Oh, maybe it can take CO2 from somewhere else if necessary, but it will also pull it out of the atmosphere. That seems reasonable. We're also going to need to put in a loader, at least temporarily, and the small tank on that as well. Install small tank there, and install loader there, because we need... No, cancel that. Install loader there, facing the other way. That makes a lot more sense. Oh, no, these circles are where you can put a thing on them. Did I have a CO2 scrubber? Is that what it was? Okay. Oh, right, so I don't have that at the moment. That's a problem. It's not a major problem, but it's I can't buy one. I'll have to get one of those somewhere else then. All right, that explains why I didn't seem to have. Are you sure? Oh, maybe. Oh, I don't know. Let's see what happens when we put all this stuff in. Are you sure this isn't a CO2 scrubber by any other name? Yeah, that looks the same to me. I'm pretty sure that's the same. Slightly sure that's the same thing. So hopefully we'll now get someone running along putting an oxygen into this. In fact, let's tell them to keep the oxygen over there as well. So oxygen, because I'm probably not going to need it anywhere else. And if I do, I can always sort that out later. So we'll keep the oxygen over here. As I say, I don't expect to need a huge amount of that. What have I got left? Well, this is all water stuff. There's another thruster left over, and there's a load of food left. They've eaten quite a bit of that food already, actually. I was going to say why they're all still wearing their spacesuits, but it's because I haven't got this up and running yet, so that's fine. That makes sense. Is one of them going to put an oxygen in the loader? Have I set the loader up properly? No, I haven't. Pipe. Like that. So now they know that, there we go, there's one of them putting an oxygen tank onto the loader. So we'll now see, yep, the oxygen is going up from, only the oxygen supply is going down, but the oxygen level in the ship is going to start going up. Yeah, slaving away on the ship. There's lots to be done there. Well, at least now they're getting an air supply, so they're going to be able to take their spacesuits off. Only just in time, actually. They've got through almost half the air in the suits. Okay, so I do still need a CO2 scrubber. I'll get one of those at my next stop because apparently they don't have them here. I've got air reprocessor. I've got oxygen maker, which turns water. That's the one that turns water into oxygen. I didn't mean to buy that really, but I did. Um, Yeah, but if it pulls the air from the ship interior, it can then pull the carbon dioxide out of that air and then send the carbon dioxide. Oh, I suppose, yeah, all right. Yes, you need the carbon dioxide to send to it to be turned back. Okay, I believe you all. Um, yes, you're quite right. That's the machine that lets the air out lets the oxygen out into the ship. That's the machine that turns the carbon dioxide into oxygen, and then we need another machine to pull the carbon dioxide out of the air. Yeah, you're right. No, I don't have any. I've no idea who I'm referring to when I say you. When you were referring to me, referring to when I said you and then Pete, I'm afraid. um, no, I don't have any habitation decks, and I can't build them because I'm not in the right sort of place at the moment. But once I've got all of this up and running, which I have now, now we can do an FTL jump to go to the shipyard over here and get the ship finished off. However, let's see if there's any contracts we can do on the way. I've got the analyze mission again. So all right, let's accept that one. Let's accept the make the ship ready for flight. Um, and all right, we can do the Nomad as well. We can make that work, and we might as well accept the top with it, just all four of them. I don't know why not, because then as we go along, we'll get a little bit of a thing. Oh, I see. You and them. Yeah, it hasn't confused me yet, but yes, it is slightly curious. I see what you mean. I have apparently not fitted one of my cannons. Oh, maybe it just hasn't been done yet. Yes, what are you doing with that box, mate? Why are you not fitting it? Is there a problem with that cannon location? If I cancel that and put it somewhere else, will you be happier? If I cancel it and put it in the same place again, will you be happier? Let's find out. Or are you just kicking the box around? You're just kicking the box around. What are you doing? Let's put it somewhere else then. Alright, I'll put one of the cannons here, and arming it is going to be an enormous pain in the proverbial, so we could have put it here actually. Maybe we could put it here. Okay, he's happy to put it there. Oh, maybe. No, this isn't too close. This isn't taking up space where the cannon should have been. I don't know. Yeah, it might be a good idea as well, having them a bit more spread out. Well, there we go. We've got them a little bit more spread out now. But I was thinking if they're close together, they can provide a more concentrated fire. I mean, that's probably not really true, but yeah. Let's put the hyperspace sensors in on the other side of the ship so they're a little bit more protected. In theory. Should I get into any combat. Which I'm sure won't happen, but you never know. How is the atmosphere going? Oh, atmosphere is good. Oh, they've all taken their spacesuits off now. Excellent. Right, let's go. Thrusters are working. Engines are working. Ship is jumping. I need to turn the light on in here so that blast of light whenever I jump isn't quite so obnoxious. Oh well. Hey, install sensors on your ship. I've installed two. Oh, I haven't powered both of them. Construction cables. Where was the other one? Where is the other? Is that? No, I'm sure I said put the other one some. Oh, it's there. It just hasn't been built yet. I wonder if I got any money for doing that. Probably not. Okay, so now I have arrived at the place of the shipyard. So now I can start adding habitation decks on here. So we'll put them above the ladders because that seems sensible. We'll put about yay much. Can I afford that? 20 grand, yes. How many? How many? 23, 25 grand. Yeah, I can afford that. How many is that? 28. Excellent. So that's a good number of people, I think. So now we'll tuck the water shenaniganery up here in this side room, I think. Might as well. So we need to install a sewage pipe. Did I link this to anything before? I can't remember. Or did I need to link it to? I think I did. I think I did end up linking it to things. It had to be underneath. It had to be under the habitation deck. So let's put that there, I guess. That wasn't quite what I wanted to do, but never mind. You can sewage pipes always end up in slightly the wrong place, don't they? So what can you do? So that will go to the waste treatment machine, which goes in here. I'm hoping I can run pipes through these walls. I think I can because I can run the cable through this one. So that's waste treatment wastewater is coming out there, which goes into the water purifier, which can go there. And then you've got water there, which comes out into a small tank, which I don't have. Small tank, buy me another small tank, please. Now do I have a carbon dioxide, a CO2 scrubber? Air reprocessor, no. Sensor stairs, smelter, drone bay door, mining thruster engine head, loader, small tank. No, it doesn't seem to come with a, or at least this place doesn't seem to have one either, so that's awkward. Pipes, so that pipe goes from there to there. That pipe goes from there to there. Whatever. And then that will go up there to a tank when it arrives, and then has it arrived? No. There's another guy being stupid about an install. I'll look at that in a minute. What was it? Oh yeah, cables. That was the other thing I need. Power. What? No, cables. 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 Bonk. Also, that pipe hasn't reached. There we go. Dragging it around an angle doesn't seem to quite work properly. It sort of works, but it also sort of doesn't. Is it in the? Well, I'm not quite sure. No, it just doesn't work at all. I take it back. That's fair enough. Okay, so the hyperspace sensor isn't happy there. Let's not do that then. Let's put it next to its friend down here, and just have them both in down there because I think that'll probably be all right. Perhaps they don't like. There are some things that don't like being put on a thick wall. I'm still not quite sure why this cannon didn't work. Oh, because that looks exactly the same as this area, but yeah. It is now powered. Yeah, I saw that as I scrolled past as well. Reactor's filling up with fuel again. Batteries recharge. Batteries discharge. Oh, batteries discharging while the reactor fills back up again, but it hasn't discharged all the way before the reactor now kicks back in and starts charging it. Excellent. Right, so I can start collecting anomaly data now because I've got both of my these things up and they're both powered. So now that is happy. Okay, contracts. Let's have a look. Rescue civilians from wrecked ship. 111,000. That's pretty good. You might be. No, I've seen people walking through cargo that's lying on the floor, so I don't think it is that they can't, that they couldn't navigate to it. But I have to admit, I'm not sure. 37 crew on board, difficulty rating of 1. Yeah, okay, well, we'll take that. But I will upgrade my habitation quarters first because there's 37 of them. So we'll make that like this big. 74 cabins. There we go. So now we can definitely take that one. So we're going to try. So right, we're gonna go off. We're going to try and rescue some civilians from a wrecked ship. We can't go mining because I don't have a mining ship. We could do a cargo delivery. We could do a passenger transport. We could try and neutralize a pirate gang. This seems like an interesting thing. I am armed. One. Yeah. All right. Let's. Oh, star system 5. Okay. Yeah. Let's try this. True cargo isn't ammo, but it's sort of it's resources, it's stuff that's lying on the floor, so it feels similar. Group 24 civilians. I could probably do this one as well. There wasn't a time limit on this one, was there? It does say hurry, but it doesn't say how hurry, so I think it's probably all right. This one pays 70. Yeah, let's do this one as well. Oh, it's one sector jump away. So I need 24 for that one, and I need 37 for this one. 37, 56, 61. I've got 7 crews, 61, 68, and I've got 74. Yeah, I can have that one as well. All right, let's just do let's do all the missions now that I've got a ship that can. Right, so I need to go to, let's have a look at the map. Right. Okay, oh, that's convenient. Both of the things I need to do are over here in this sector. So I'll flit over there, I'll do the combat, then I'll do the rescue, and then we can go on with all of the people somewhere else. Right. I haven't got anything left to install, Kane, so I can't do that, I'm afraid. Right, are we ready? Is everything... Oh, here are all the people arriving. Or that was the last of the people arriving, rather. So, yeah, okay, let's go. Let's go and investigate those pirates, I guess. And it's going to be a bit cruel if it turns out I'm not tough enough to fight them because I've just let a load of random people on board, and if I then go off and say, "Oh, sorry, my ship isn't very tough," uh, it's going to suck a bit for them. Let's put some armor along the side of the ship here, though, just to sort of try and make things a little bit more likely. Ooh, it's heavy as well. I've got a mass counter going up in the top corner. Okay, right. So I can just drag across the whole thing, and it'll tell me when I run out of money, so like that. That's clearly not going to work. So let's put in 2 grand of armor there, and 2 grand of armor across there, and get that little bit in the middle as well. I don't know if that's going to have any effect. I feel like it sort of should, but we'll give it a shot. I think possibly I felt like the anomaly was growing slower as well, but it could be because I've been spending a lot of time just staring at the ship. And as Tristan said, when I was going FTL, I was speeding time up, and so maybe that's why it felt like it was quicker. I'm not sure, but I'm about to go FTL, so we'll find out. We'll see if anything happens. So prepare to jump. Thrust, 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 thrust. How's my habitation deck look? Yeah, so we've got my 7 crew members and all these civilians who are just going on a trip. They're not very happy about their going on a trip. I might want to, but I don't think I can really. Oh, I probably could afford. I probably could afford it, but I'm not sure it's going to be possible to. It probably isn't too late yet. Actually, I could shipyard and. All right, let's install armor all the way along the side of the ship. It doesn't seem to install on non-straight bits. I have homophobic armor. Yeah, these sort of triangulary bits on the edges don't get armored. There we go, a little bit long front there. That's probably. I suppose I should. How much money have I got? None. Approximately no money. All right, let's stop doing that. FTL jump. Going. And yeah, it's growing quite quickly. Maybe it's I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm not flying as far. So the further you jump, the more the predicted anomaly growth is going to be, because the more time it takes you to get to those places. Which makes a certain amount of sense. Hostile contact. Oh no, oh no. Stranded ship. Hostile fighter launcher is over there. So it's got 3 guns on different sides, and it's got 6 fighters. Now, from what I've seen from previous go tactical, what I've seen on previous things is that the sleep ship, please, that one. Yeah, what I've seen from the um, other demo videos is that your point defense guns will work well against incoming fighters. So hopefully that'll be the point defense guns I've got on either side here will protect me against those, and then I can use the other guns to take out the rest of the ship. That's my hope. I'm not 100% sure on how I'm going to tell it to do all the shooting I wanted to do. I put weapons over to. Oh, okay. So I can set these a bit more specifically. That's quite nice, and I can see where they're going to shoot as well. So the railgun. Ooh, how long is the railgun range? Turn the ship. Turn the ship. Come on, thrusters. Turn the ship. Why are my thrusters not thrustering? They've not got Oh, have I am I using too much power? No, just only just changed the fuel cell. So the we didn't have any power while we were trying to fight. Great. So now we're turning. Well, at least now one of the thrusters is going. Let's use the engines a bit as well, because I think the ship is a bit too big for only having the one thruster to turn it. But if I use the engines as well, then it's a bit more effective. Okay, so the railgun is nearly. Should we just let it? I think you can target automatically. So can I slow port railgun target that gun? I think fire. I think that's on fire mode. Let's find out what happens. See if the railgun fires. Come on, shoot it. Oh, there we go. A red line has appeared. Is it going to shoot? It's not shooting. Why is it not shooting? Let's turn auto back on against it. Nope. Auto is just fire at whatever you feel like. This should therefore be. This should therefore be shoot there. It's well inside its cone of where it can shoot. Maybe it's run out. No, fire just goes between fire and hold, and I think I want it on fire because that tells them to basically fire at will. Poor Will, but you know. Um, oh, something fired. Oh, maybe it's because I'm on really. It's because I'm on ultra slow mode. It didn't have a time to do anything. That might be it. Here come the fighters. I'm being shot at. So let's slow that down again. No, I did. I'm pretty sure I fired then. Oh, the fighters are shooting. Let's start moving. Let's go full throttle and just start. So we've got maneuvering speed at least, and then try and keep that ship in so I can get the broadsides on it. The point defense guns aren't pointing or defending. It should be firing. Why are they not shooting? Ah, my ship's getting just hammered. I mean, I wouldn't be so upset about just taking a bit of damage if if my ship was, defending itself properly. But I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. It just doesn't seem to be working. Um, is the railgun even? No, the railgun is not even in shooting at the ship. What was it to steer the ship? No, it wasn't that. It was. Okay, I do need. Have I run out of power again? Because nothing. I've got throttle set to. I don't know if I've got throttle set to full, but yeah, nothing seems to be happening. Okay, no, we are actually moving. There we go. Um. Ah. I've turned too far, or the ship. I've moved too far forwards, rather. Okay, maybe my point defense guns are going a bit. It's kind of hard to tell. Let's just let the ship. Oh, that's the gun charging up, and there's the ammunition amount of ammunition. Yeah, these guns haven't fired yet, but the cannons maybe have. Shoot it right in the guns, and the railgun when it eventually charges back up again. something. I don't know what weapons that's got, but it's whatever it is. They're firing much faster than mine are. And I seem to be taking. There's lots of red appearing on the screen here, so I assume that means I'm taking a lot of damage. Yeah, whatever that is, it's firing a lot faster than any of my guns are. Why are my guns not firing? And why they've got red on them? I don't know what that means. Oh no, this is. The point defense guns were definitely shooting at the enemy fighters in the example video. I'm not maneuverable enough for this. This is a problem. The hostile fighter launcher has managed to get close enough that oh, maybe I'm coming around now. Maybe I'm going to be able to hit it. But yeah, the fighters were definitely supposed to be dealt with by the point defense guns. Keep turning. Yeah, this is problematic. I can't. This is definitely a problem. Firstly, the point defense guns aren't returning fire, and secondly, my main. Oh, there we go. We're starting to actually shoot it now. Oh no, we're not. Yes, we are. Yes, they're taking damage as well now. That's better. I approve of this. Pull the throttle back so it doesn't go too far ahead. Okay, no, I do need to. No, do carry on round. So yeah, they're not. The problem is it's not shooting the. I've got hull breach now apparently. Um, and my ship seems to be dead in the water. What's going on? I don't seem to have any. Yeah, okay. So I think the problem here is that I've got too high a demand on the reactors, so we just don't have any power available. Yeah, so it's all just gone, and for some reason they're not putting more fuel into the reactor, so I'm just dead in space. And because there's no fuel, there's no. It's because this is the wrong way around. Okay, I think I see what's gone wrong here. So firstly, there isn't enough power storage, and secondly, there isn't. It takes too long to refuel the ship when they do get around to actually realizing they should put in another fuel can. And there we go. There's one's actually been put in now, so hopefully that'll in a moment the reactor will kick back in. Let's say I think that people should probably weapons are active, put suits on. Repair hull, sure. I don't think I can repair hull because I think that requires drones. But let's get everyone in. Let's get all the crew into their spacesuits. Right, there we go. The ship is now moving again. Let's look back over here. No, go the other way. Turn the other way. I still don't know why the point defense guns aren't though. Oh, apparently that's it. That's it. Well, that was interesting. I mean, I have to admit, I'm not enormously surprised that my first attempt at combat didn't go particularly well. I am a bit puzzled as to why the point defense guns didn't point or defend, because as I say, I'm virtually certain in the video that was released a week or so ago, um, the their demonstration showed the point defense Gatling guns absolutely ripping through these little fighters. So yeah, I don't know if the people had actually got their their suits on at that point. But also, yeah, maybe I would like to say that maybe it wasn't the CO2 level fatal. It was the fact that the ship just sort of ran out of. Or maybe actually no, it could have been maybe they hadn't got the suits on, and it got to the point where there was a certain level of CO2, and a certain level of CO2 or a certain shortage of oxygen, and maybe the game doesn't know the difference between them for some because it hasn't been programmed in yet. Was counted as fatal, and because all my crew members died, then I lost the game. It's possible it was a power issue. I definitely was having power issues. Um, but I don't know. I felt that trying to organise the combat wasn't going very well because I was trying to do too many things at once, and most of them weren't working. Um, Now, the too many things at once, it's spraying out debris or air or something. So I think I did quite a lot of damage. Well, I did 50% damage to them. Um, what was I saying? Um, yeah. So I think I was trying to do too many things, or having to try and do too many things at once and not being able to cope. So um, so yeah, that's going to come with experience. Once I've played the game a little bit more, I'll learn to how to control things better. But more problematic was the fact that the guns just didn't seem to be firing even when they should, and it's possible that was a power problem. So well, let's abandon this game. Let's have another look at the things that are available. Is there a big battery, and did I only go for a small battery? There's only one type of battery, but perhaps I should have multiple batteries and multiple fuel unloaders, um, and that way when it's problematic, you'd have something to deal with that. The lack of Yeah, that's possible actually. Yeah, the it was getting through fuel incredibly quickly when I was using the engines and then when I was using the guns as well. Yeah. Um, I don't know. I don't have a one of those convenient power production graphs that you get in Factorio to tell you how everything was going. Yeah, more than one reactor, more than one fueler, and probably more than one battery is probably a good idea. But those are incredibly expensive things. It was the FTL drive that was the most expensive, but yeah, multiple reactors is going to be rather pricey. Um, the railgun didn't seem to be enormously effective. Yes, it's really really long range, but given that the other ship managed to close to within presumably cannon range relatively quickly, meant that I was having problems. But I'm not sure what weapon that was using because it did seem to be firing a lot faster. Maybe it was using Gatling guns. Although I don't think it was because I looked and it wasn't. Yes, multiple loaders for fuels definitely would help. Power Grid would show me what the cost was for weapons, but it won't show me for sort of historical, especially now I've abandoned the game, so there's no point in doing that at all. Um, there's a CO2 scrubber available this time. All right, let's try and throw together another ship and see if I can do it a bit more efficiently and a bit more effectively this time. Um, I did wonder about that, yes. Um, about trying to put the guns on the back of the ship. Because it has been said that I think it's by people criticizing sci-fi ships in general, or possibly it was everything except the Expanse or something like that. I think it might have been Scott Manley who observed this. Um, that having that a spaceship should have all of its guns and its engines on the same side, because with realistic physics, you're always going to be either decelerating towards your enemy as quickly as possible, or accelerating away from them as quickly as possible, depending on whether you're trying to attack them or get away from them. There's only one Gatling gun available here. That kind of sucks. So that's interesting. That shows that the stuff that's available here is different in different game runs. So there's obviously a bit of randomization in there to make it a little bit more interesting. I could do a mining run this time, but I want to have another go at the combat now that I've learned a little bit about it. I'm not going to bother with the sewage pipes and stuff this time because I didn't need any of that because I didn't survive for long enough. Or maybe I should. All right, no, actually, let's get those anyway, just because I might as well get the whole practice getting the whole thing set up. So we want a sewage pipe, waste treatment plant, and there's no water processing plant. So you don't automatically get all the things you need to set up a fully functional, self-satisfied ship. That's a bit of a shame. You do need an air reprocessor though. I'm not going to bother with the hyperspace sensors. I am going to get a lot of fuel because that you really, really get through that. Don't need a huge amount of oxygen, just enough to fill the ship up, and then everything else seems to be enough to deal with that. FTL charges, yeah, we need a few of those. Bullets, yeah, I do have a railgun, so we'll get some of those because I was going to say they're fairly cheap, but I am running out of money now. Railgun slugs, sure, I have two of those. All right, let's not bother with the railgun because I apparently can't. There isn't any ammunition available for it. Cannons, so we'll go all cannon then, which is good because they're cheaper. I'll need a lot of cannon shells. There's 15 of those. Okay, that might keep it going for a little while, and each one's good for 5. need quite a lot of water because there isn't going to be any spare, and some food because people. And let's buy some space. No, they come with spacesuits. Um, yeah, okay, there we go. And then I suppose I'll need a bigger storage area to put all of this in. Like that. And I suppose cargo, if we have any, can go there. Right. So now we need to install all this nonsense I've just bought. So we've got this time we're going to have a pair of reactors that are both pulling off the same fuel supply, and that's going to make things even worse. Except I'm going to have two loaders providing for that fuel supply. No, this loader. There we go, like that. In fact, let's put that like that, and that one like that, because then they can be loaded much more easily from this storage space that's going to take the fuel here. That's an interesting idea. I'm not sure whether I particularly took damage to a specific side of the ship or not. It seemed to be most of the damage. It felt like most of the damage came from the fighters, but I have to admit I'm not certain about that. Right, that does make sense. Yeah, all right. I'll try and save a bit more money for armor. He says, having spent almost all the money already. Why am I going slow? Don't go slow, because we're trying to build stuff now. Again, let's go for the port side weapon systems again, because that seems like a good idea. Shoving all the cannons along. I don't think they were particularly attacking the weapons, so I think having the cannons all together so the ammunition can be kept there as well is probably a good idea. And I'll put the Gatling gun on the same side. Batteries, I suppose. Batteries might as well just go over here with the power stuff. In the interest of having, yes, as you say, a safe side, let's put them down here like this. And this. And then we'll put in the air supply system down here as well. So we've got the oxygen being brought in there. CO2 scrubber. Yep, that's the CO2 out. Yep, excellent. Air reprocessor goes here. And the CO2 scrubber goes here. Thrusters. That'd be useful. Can I put these here? I can. They're not going to be able to build them there, though, are they? Realistically speaking. All right, we're not going to put that thruster there because that's silly. Let's put the thrusters here and here. I still think the logic of having them basically like this makes sense. Having them as basically as far forward as possible makes sense. And yes, I probably should have put them where the cannons are, but never mind. Small tanks, right? So these tanks are going to be for the main big difference I'm going to put in this time is going to put in a tank for fuel there. So hopefully that'll stop the fuel running out. That's going to be my biggest thing that's going to be different this time compared to previous attempts. I need to borrow one of these loaders actually to get the oxygen out in the first place. Right, so cables, everything needs power. Everything needs power. I say to everything. The small tank apparently doesn't need power, but basically nearly everything needs power. So pumping the CO2 across there, the oxygen across there, and into there. All right, so that's good. So we've got, and then that's going to be dismantled. Yes, and then I can put in the loader, the now spare loader, can go in over here as well, and be piped across to there. We need fuel pipes next. Pipes, so fuel from that loader across there, up there, across here, and up there, like that, and down, across, down. Right, so that's fuel for the engines, fuel for the reactors, and and then at some point, hopefully, somebody will actually start loading all these loaders. They've got. Did I buy? I didn't buy food or water. Oops. Or maybe I did, and it just hasn't been unloaded yet. I can't remember now at this point. That's a good question. I don't know, and I haven't got any more multiples. So didn't I buy 2 batteries? Yes, I did buy 2 batteries. They're both there. Okay. So there's just the water water dealing with stuff left now. So that's I think basically all of it. Everything is now placed and allocated. Oh, I need power over there as well. Cables. Power to here and here and here, and all the way along here and here. Right, I think I've told them to do everything now. I just need more. I just need everything to actually be, done. Maybe I should have bought some more people. Although, actually, to be honest, it's only at this stage of the game that it's that the people are a problem, or the shortage of people is a problem. I think. Let's go out to construction view so we can see. Yes, we can see that fuel tank draining into here. The reactors are up. Everything is now hopefully powered. Yes, it looks like it. So let's have a look at the power grid as we were saying. Factorio than light. Yes, that's a good, an interesting way of looking at it. I don't know why only one of my batteries is charged. Did I only connect one of them up through sort of bad clicking? Yes, I did in fact only connect one of the batteries up. There we go. Right, so this tank will now fill up with fuel at the cost of just basically pulling all of the fuel out of these loaders. So the little dudes are going to be busy keeping this loader filled, but that will all go into the tank and they'll just keep things running. So hopefully, by the time we actually get into a combat situation again, we're going to have loads and loads of fuel in this tank, and it can just go straight into the reactors and the engines, and we're not going to have those problems again. I'm going to take the air loader away once this tank has got a decent amount in it, and once the ship is suitably airy, which it isn't yet. Because it seems like an easier way to balance it. Actually, I'll probably put it a bit further away and then break the pipe when it's not needed. Because I noticed a bit of a tendency. Actually, no, I suppose that was only when there was too much CO2. So maybe that might be an okay way of doing it. We shall see. It's like running around with an O2 canister. Okay. But yeah, I'll dismantle this because I want this to be a fuel unloader as well. So once we've got enough air in the ship, then and a decent amount of oxygen in this tank, then we don't need the loader down there anywhere, and it can carry on just draining tanks into here and into these reactors. Right. What are you guys doing? Oh, they're being stupid with the cannons again. Do they not like putting three things touching each other? Is that the problem? Or are they just a bit stupid? Let's try putting one in there and see if that actually happens. No, he's just sort of kicking it about because he's a moron. What if I put it here? Is it that you don't like them touching? What is your problem? Why are you just kicking that box around rather than, installing the cannon like you're supposed to? What if we put it here? But then when I went to put it in there, it was absolutely fine. Can I put in the other one here then? You see, this is fine. He's happy to take it up and shove it in there, but he wouldn't over here. And now we've got split ammunition because, of course, we have. Well, of course, we're going to need to have split ammunition because, of course, we are. Sigh. Where goes bullets? Bullets go up here. Also, we've got these. So these are food and water. We've got food and water at least, so they shouldn't have any sads about that. Okay, I think that's basically it. We just need so now the trick is to now we're going to do that jump over and go and do the jump over to the shipyard again, and then have another go. Basically exactly what we did before, but hopefully with a bit less fail this time. I'm not going to bother with any of these. Yeah, they seem to be a bit dumb with their pathfinding and a bit. I'm not quite sure what was going on with those cannons. I'll um I'll put in a complaint with my feedback and see what happens. It's possible, but then I'd want it to not let me try and put it there, rather than say, yeah, sure, put it there, I don't care, and then fail. So shipyard, let's go to that shipyard because it's really close. FTL, press jump, and jump. Right, so we've got full atmosphere. That's why everything's green. So that's good. So that probably and how this tank is now. This tank has a decent amount in it. It is 33% full. So now I think I'm going to dismantle this, take it back out, and then use it as a fuel loader instead. I probably didn't power. No, I didn't power the new guns. Well, thank you for pointing that out. That'd be embarrassing if I came across some pirates and my guns didn't work because they didn't have any power. Juice those up. There we go. Oh, something's taking all the power. Oh, it's the FTL drive recharging. Right, okay. But that seems to be a little bit better at least. It's the power is holding up a little better. Right, so now let's put in that install the other loader here, and that way we can use that. We can have a loader on each of them, and hopefully that means we've got the reserve in the tank and we've got two loaders to dump fluids out as quickly as possible. Yeah, but it's probably because none of them are actually reloading at the moment. None of them are actually in use, so it's using a lot less power. At least that's my guess. Okay, so now we're here. I can put in a bit of habitation deck. Let's have a bit of habitation deck because it's nice for the crew to have somewhere to go. 5 out of 8. There we go. So they've now got a bit of space, so they should be happy. What was the other thing I wanted to buy? It was the water treatment. No, it wasn't the water treatment machine. It was the water purification machine or something. There was something else I needed, and it ain't here either. Right, let's have a look at the contracts and see if we can find another combat-y one and go off and try that. Rescue delivered cargo, deliver cargo, deliver cargo. Neutralize pirate gang. Here we go. Small fleet of hostile ships. Travel to the edge of engagement in combat. Armed combat vessel. 2 ships in the fleet. Okay, so this one's a bigger fleet as well. But you know, I mean, the whole point of this is to get a handle on how the combat works in this game. So I think I'm still going to accept this one. But I am also going to put in some armor along the side of the ship once again, as I did before, because I think that probably helped. How much I've got? How much money have I got? 81,000. That's a. I could get another loader. I don't think I need it, to be honest. I mean, yes, it might be nice to be able to unload oxygen at the same time, but I don't think I actually need to unload the oxygen because there's the CO2 thing is going to be sufficient, I think, to keep that happy. At least that's my hope. Could be wrong, but 5 grand, jeez. Um, oh, I've run out of money. No, I haven't. Oh, it's just for some reason I can't armor those squares. I don't know why. All right, whatever. So last time I did armor all the way along the side of the ship, and it seems like a good idea. And this is the part where we're expecting them to shoot. I kind of want more thrusters, to be honest, because I feel like, oh, these areas are already armored. Nice. I feel like having more thrusters would be useful for making the ship turn faster. Because previously it seemed like the thrusters just weren't really doing anything. It was just the engines and the thrust vectoring from the engines that was causing it to turn. So I don't know. Turn that off. There we go. Hey, Beach Shadow, welcome. Yes, it is. It's quite fun. It's very, very, very early access at the moment. This is literally the first day when anyone outside the development company, the developers, have been allowed to play it. So I've got very much in at least sort of right at the front of this, because it seemed like a good idea and it would be fun. And so I'm sort of finding out what the game's about and how it goes. And so far, well, combat is difficult. Let's say that, and trading seems to involve a lot of running away. So we shall see how we get on with the rest. With on it from here on. So, right, no, the sector map. That's what I wanted. So the combat is over here. Oh, it's in an asteroid field as well. That's also mildly interesting. Yes, the dev ship did have more guns. Are there more guns available? Can I have some more cannons? There's some rail guns available now. Is there any railgun ammunition? Because that was part of the reason I didn't have any. But I don't have any money for it. So yeah, I don't think I've put any. I haven't put very much into the ship that isn't absolutely vital. So I don't think I can do. Okay, so yeah, they've done a bit of bouncing around and trading and stuff, perhaps, to generate a bit more money, and then built up a slightly tougher ship and things. Oh, thrusters. I don't remember what the dev ship had. You might be right. Thrusters. Oh, thrusters are only 9 grand actually. Let's have a two. Let's have those. Because I think having I can put them on right. I can have these sort of more sort of at the front of the ship. Maybe I'll move those a bit further forward actually. No, not you. Dismantle that. Dismantle that. And then we can install thrusters here, here. Come on, guys, go and get the other thrusters. Why is this guy still in his spacesuit? Why are you in your spacesuit? Does he not trust my flying or something? Thruster there, and the other thruster. Oh, I forgot to check to see if holding down shift would do anything useful. Where's he? Oh, that's the thrusters going in, being installed at the front. Okay, no problem. Why are you wearing your spacesuit? I don't understand. And the other thruster can go up here. There we go. It's a little bit more moment on the on the thrusting. Hopefully, it'll be allowed to turn around a little bit more easily. Again, I hope. There we go. Everything's powered. Now yes, but he's going to run out of oxygen, and he might need his spacesuit later when we come under attack. You see, he's still using up. I don't know if he's using up the air in his suit actually. Maybe he isn't. Yeah, so I think once we're getting into combat, I'll give them I put their suits on instruction as well. So I suppose I could hop around here a little bit, looking for other places. So I could fly to another place like this colony, see if they've got any more guns that I could buy, or any more thrusters I could buy. But I think for now, let's go and see how the combat goes this time. Now this time I don't have the long range rail guns, but I do have 3 cannons, and we'll see if that's any more effective, and if I can convince them to actually fire properly this time. Yeah, okay, this seems to be working. That thruster and that thruster are firing, along with the engines doing that in order to make the ship turn. So physics does seem to be working here, which is quite nice. The plan for when I get into combat is basically to panic. Essentially, try and get the ship into a position where the enemy ship is off to the port side, so that I can do the standard broadside attack with the 3 cannons. Hopefully the Gatling gun will shoot down any fighters that come in this time. I don't know why it didn't last time, but I'm hoping it was just a power issue. And I'm also hoping that over here this will stop us having a power issue again. Yeah, so you know how they say every plan lasts until first contact with the enemy. Well, I'm not going to bother making a plan because at some point I'm going to have contact with the enemy. So let's tell the guys to put their suits on just in case, and weapons can go active. Weapons hot. Because it's going to get a bit exciting when we arrive. What's the betting that guy who had his suit on before will now take it off? We'll see. Right, okay, they're all suited and ready. They all seem to be at about 67-68% air, so I suspect when he was walking around in his suit in an oxygenated ship, he was actually absolutely fine with it. Looks like we're here. Hostile contact. Okay, where is the hostile contact? There's fighter launchers again. Oh no. Oh, they're right there. Okay, turn around. In fact, turn around that way. So you're slightly further away. They've launched the fighters already, which is potentially problematic. We shall see if the point defense guns actually point and defend. So, weapons. Okay, that one's managed to avoid it, which is a shame. It's because I'm turning round, really. So, unfortunately, they're all doing the opposite of broadside, whatever that is, when you just fly along the entire length of the ship shooting at it. So, it's fair enough. I don't expect them to have really. I don't expect the point defenses to have worked there. These guns. I don't know. Maybe I'm better off trying to take out the fighters first. And I don't think I've got the raking. Yes, that's the one. I don't think I have the maneuverability to specifically point the point defense cannons at them. Although the way they're all flying through at the moment, maybe if I get let's swing back round again and see if I can catch some of them. Tactical mistake number one is changing my mind partway through a maneuver. Um, but oh well. Yeah, they're all taking pot shots at me. But if I can turn the ship round this way, I've taken 4% damage already, which is a bit of a worry. But if I go this way, then it's taking me away from those. So I'm only dealing with the fighters first, and then I can deal with the big ships afterwards, potentially. Yeah, go a bit faster, game. Oh, there we go. Yeah, my point defense cannons are shooting at them. Oh, but their railguns, the big ship's railguns are shooting at me as well. That's not so good. All right, okay. I need to close and attack these ones because otherwise I'm just going to get destroyed by their railguns, I think. Yeah, so my point defense guns are shooting at the fighters. Are they visibly taking damage? No, they're too small to visibly take damage, apparently. Either that or it's all missing. I've got red specks of damage already, so that's not going brilliantly. This is reminding me a little bit of why I generally try not to do try to avoid the combatty bits of Minecraft as well, because it tends to go badly. Oh well. I do need, yeah, so for future reference, I think I need more point defense guns on these ships because there's not much point in the point defenses if you can only point one way. Yeah. Okay, so we're coming around towards them now. So I think I'm gonna reckon on these things being the biggest problem, and therefore attempt to just tank the damage from the fighters and go for the launchers. Because if I can get if I can get my cannons to come into play on them, then hopefully I'll be able to do some damage. So these are all set to auto. So hopefully that means they will. I'm going to try just letting them fire this time and see if that works a bit better, rather than faffing around trying to aim at specific things, because they all do. They've all got the range. They've all got the capability of hitting them, I think. Their shots or my shots? Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Yes. Boop, that was a fighter just got blown up there. So I saw it happen. Okay, so we're about to bring the cannon into having a firing solution. So hopefully, I mean they're pointing, kind of. No, it's just the point defense gun that's going. The cannons are not going, and I don't know why. They've got ammunition in them. Okay. Is it that you need to tell them to fire at the particular ship? So I'll swing back around this way. I don't know these. No, I think it's fire and hold, meaning do shoot and don't shoot. So if you set it to hold, then I think that just means the guns don't fire. Yeah, because the point defense cannon stopped firing when I did that. So now it's on fire and it should. Oh, yes. Now they're firing, and I don't know why they weren't before, but they aren't. They seem to be firing now, but I'm taking a lot of hits. Their cannons are firing a lot more. Their cannons are firing a lot more rapidly than mine. Am I having power grid problems again? No, I've got loads of power. Power is not an issue this time. But for some reason the cannons just aren't firing at a steady rate like theirs are. And look, that's their cannon. So it's firing like that. Mine is firing like this. So it's readying, and then firing. But why are mine so slow? No, that's a Gatling gun. Well, no, I mean they've got effectively. Those are not. Those are the same. Those look like the same sort of. There's a hull breach again. This is why everyone's wearing their spacesuits. Then no, those look like the same sort of guns as these. That's the Gatling gun looks like that. It has a Gatling barrel sticking off the side of it and appears to have just been destroyed. Oh no, it's just shooting there. Okay. No, no, theirs are not Gatling guns. Theirs are firing much faster, but they're not the same sort of Gatling guns I've got. They're not the rail guns because the rail guns fire even slower than the Gatling guns than the cannons do. Oh no, okay, now it's firing quickly. I don't know why it wasn't before then, but we're definitely giving that one we're giving that one a beating. Mine's only at 34% damage. That's at 90% damage. Maybe this is going significantly better. I'm having trouble with turning sufficiently quickly at the moment because they're desperately trying to get out of my firing arc. Maybe the guns needed reloading or something, and we're waiting for a crew member to come along and do it. Oh, there we go. Coming around. Let's bring the throttle back a bit. Go on, another nice salvo. Yes, there we go. 93%. Come on, hit him a few more times. Boom. Yes, got one of them. And I'm at what's my damage at? 39%. Okay. Hopefully, okay, if that's going I don't know what the best way to turn. Let's turn this way. I was going to say I don't know what the best way to turn to bring my guns to bear on the other one is, but if it's going that way. No, if I come around this way, actually, it'll be better. And leave the point defense cannons. That's down to 200 rounds. These are all a little bit empty. Can I tell my guys to reload them while they're? We've taken. I don't know those. That makes a hell of a noise when you're in this sort of mode. Oh, here's another one coming over. This one should get a nice raking from the point defences as it goes past. Come on, point defence cannon, do your thing. Swing faster than that. There we go. Bam. Yes! Swinging round is difficult though. I don't believe I can say repair hull. I don't think your people repair hull. I could be wrong about this, so we'll find out. Maybe they will start repairing it, and I should have had that on from the beginning. But I think hull repair is something that's done by logistics bots, so which I don't have. Maybe I should have, but I don't think I do have. So unfortunately, I don't think I can actually repair my ship until I go off and get some extra supplies for it. Damage is still at 39%. I have had a hull breach, which is unfortunate. That one's still undamaged, of course, because of course it is. Why are we still... Oh, right. I need to tell the guns what to shoot at. I want the guns to all shoot at this one. That would help. Combat does feel a bit clunky. I think it's because you can't see everything at once, perhaps. So I feel like I have to switch back to tactical mode to see if there's any. Yeah, so there's a guy that just went in and reloaded a gun, for example, which is good. Yeah. I know what you mean. The combat isn't enormously satisfying yet, but I'm first alpha, so but yes, the combat doesn't feel quite as smooth and polished as I would like it to. Oh, here we go. Time to start shooting. I hope. So I'll switch back over to tactical, see if I can tell what's going on. The guns look as if they're sort of thinking about whether to start shooting, but they're not actually shooting. What did I do before that made them go? Oh no, it was just they just take a bit of time to get ready and start thinking about it, I think. 1% damage. Oh great. This may take a little while. 2% damage. Swing round, throttle back. Actually, don't throttle back that far. A bit more throttle than that. Because we want to come round. Well, the engines are providing a significant amount of the turning for this ship. I think it would be nice if the different weapons looked different on the tactical view. So at the moment, it's everything fires a yellow circle. If we could have the the Gatling guns, point defense cannons firing something else, and presumably also the rail guns firing something else, that'd be rather nice. Now, I feel like there's a lot of stuff pouring off the side of this craft, but I don't know whether that's... I'm not 100% sure that it's not coming off mine. Go on, keep turning, keep turning. What are my gun arcs like? A bit limited. Let's put a bit more throttle in then. You think the cannons are... Maybe you're right. I'm not sure. Yeah, my guns seem to be firing at the right speed now. I don't know why they were being slower before. So yeah, the things seem to be going a bit better now. Actually, these ones aren't firing. Maybe they need reloading. Yes, there's a couple of guys coming up here to reload them. So what I want is a way to tell my guys to each one to tell them to man specific guns. Oh, there was that a destruction? Yes, I think it was. Yes, they're both now derelict. So I've won. Apart from there's a fighter still buzzing in. So I'll carry on turning, and hopefully this point defense gun will now be able to take that one out in short order. Yes, there we go. I think I did run through almost that entire. Yes, battle stations exactly. Um, I think I did run through most of that battle in this mode, um, and on slow mode as well. So it was possibly less exciting than it would otherwise have been, but still, I think that was probably about right. So looks like I've got a little bit better at combat. I'm not sure I'd go as far as to say good, but I feel like I've got a little bit better. um, let's see. Does this mean I can now complete that contract? Yes, I've got 80. So I got 80,000 from that. That's not bad. It would be nice to know what it would cost to repair my ship and how much ammunition I used up in that, because that did feel like quite a lot, quite a big deal. And it felt like I probably should have got a bit more than 80 grand for that. But oh well, never mind. So now I guess I can have a look back at the sector map. I can go to where am I? I'm there. I could go to this colony. Maybe pick up a Oh, no, I don't have the bots for salvaging. I think you need to, but that's an interesting thought. Yeah, let's fly over here and see if I can do any see if there's any sort of salvaging I can do without bots. But I don't think there is. I think I can turn gather reagent, gather salvage on. Um, but I don't think I can do that without having robots to do it for me. So your crew members don't like being logistics bots, as far as I can tell, or as far as I suspect. But we'll see. We'll fly over there and see what happens. Maybe I should have picked up yeah, that's what I was thinking. It requires the drones and things to do any of that. So also I don't know if any of this is salvageable, or I don't know if it's just not showing me whether it's salvageable because I can't salvage it. But I'm just going to fly over here anyway, and I believe you're right, Rhysand. But I want to give it a look and see, and yeah, see if I can see if anything happens. Yeah, I don't know a huge amount more than what I've shown in the stream. I have watched the videos that were produced by the devs, but I don't know. I don't know a huge amount more. Yeah, I'm just trying to get a little bit closer and then see if I can see if the guys in the spacesuits will do anything. But then they're in spacesuits, not they look like pressure suits rather than flying around in space suits. I mean, yes, I know beta graphics and all that sort of thing, but still. No, I think they're just going to stand around looking confused. So it did say hull breach, but that seems to have gone away. So presumably that at least has been fixed. You can see the damage in the floor plates all over the place here. So I think the next thing is as I say, is to head off to somewhere else and get some drones and start doing the repairs that are now very sorely needed. Um, oh yeah, so so here is stuff that I could come in and salvage. So there's some ammunition from them. Um, a little bit of gunnery ammunition over here, and then there's that's my ship. Okay. Um, yeah. So if I had the drones, they could go off and collect all this ammunition, and maybe I'd find that I hadn't spent any ammunition on that. Although interestingly, they seem to have dropped railgun ammunition, and based on the speed they were firing at, I thought they were cannons. But maybe railguns do fire a bit more often than I expect them to as well. I don't know. Um, but okay, so I think that's everything I can do here. It might be interesting to come back again. Um, yes, it does. It definitely has inertial dampening. When the engine stopped thrusting, the spaceships drift to a halt, which is extremely unrealistic. But most spacey games do tend to do that because otherwise your people's brains tend to melt trying to come to a halt. If I wanted that level of realism, I'd go and play Kerbal. Right, so I'm going to go to this colony because it's really close by and see if I can pick up some logistics bots there and get them working and fixing my ship up. And then I might come back out here and see if I can harvest the remains of these ships and see if it's still there. So let's give that a try. It's a good point question. I haven't clicked on the debug menu. I don't know. It seems to show me lots and lots of information, but oh, it's mildly interesting how much what the hunger rate is and resources and other stuff. Yeah, don't know. Oh, I've flown into that ship on the way as I'm trying to turn, but that's okay. They're probably at different Z levels. I'm not going to start messing around with doing things cheatily yet. Maybe later, but not for now. So trade. I want to get a drone bay. Yes, please. 77 grand. That's basically all of the money I made from the last from that last combat mission. You're going to give me drones to go with it as well. Um, yes, I think everything is inherently yes different Z levels, so there's no worry about craft colliding with each other. Um, I don't see any actual drones, which is unfortunate. Oh, there it is. 85,000, 130. Yeah, okay, we'll buy those. So I think now once that's delivered, I think the drones just repair your ship. I don't think there's a cost for that. Let's fit the drone bay. Install drone bay here, and then keep. I suppose then we want to keep the drones here, so they can shoot out the drone bay quickly and easily. The pathfinding is very strange in this. It does look like they're trying to get outside the. Yes, drones are reusable. I believe. It does look like they're trying to get outside this grid area before they actually do anything useful. Before they actually start going off to do whatever it is they're doing. Or as if walking through grids, storage areas is heavily penalised, even if there's no actual stuff there on the floor. Oh yeah, power would be a good idea, wouldn't it? Drone bay charges. I think we can rescind the suits on order now. They can take the suits off again. So hopefully the drone bay will now start throwing out drones, because that's sort of the point of it. Like that. There we go. So when the drones goes out, and I believe is now presumably, yes, this drone is now fixing the exterior of my ship. And so will this one. This may take them a while because we did take a fair amount of damage, but c'est la vie. Presumably, you can have the drones out doing this during combat. How likely the drones are to get attacked during combat if they're out doing this sort of thing, I don't know. But yeah, this could be quite useful as a sort of a way of helping the ship defend itself while things are well, while you're actually in combat. Um, Presumably, if I turn repair hull off again, the drones will all come back in again, and so I'll be able to then fly off without abandoning them. But I guess that's something that's going to need to be tested, because otherwise we're just going to have to sit here until they finish repairing it, which is going to be a little bit dull. But let's have a look at the other contracts that are available. There's another pirate gang one, 200,000 this time. 5 ships in the fleet though in this one. I think I'm probably not ready to go after that. Destroy hostile mercenary weapons platform. This is difficulty 4. One ship, but it pays 100 grand and it's a difficulty 4, so I think this is probably going to be rather tricksy. Deliver cargo, that's easy enough. Rescue civilians. Oh, that's 270 grand for rescuing some civilians. Spinning out of control, that's going to be difficult. Ship's engines are going to explode. Yeah, I think that's probably a bit outside my skill level. And I don't have the space for that, for putting all those people in, but I could do that. Transport across sectors. This is... I think the difficulty of the one I completed was like it was either a 2 or a 3. I think it was probably a 2. Ship ready for flight. Yeah, I've done that, I think. I'm not going to select. I'm not going to take all of these. So this one is probably manageable, probably because it's a difficulty 2. The fact there's 5 ships, with a difficulty level of 2 makes me think that maybe we'll be okay because it won't be any more difficult. So let's give that one a try once things have been once some repairs have been done. They're not doing too badly with it. They've done most of the front half of the ship. I've got 28,000 left. Now, how much ammunition have I got? Yeah, some of these panels have been straightened up. Actually, this doesn't look quite as done as I thought it did. Um, unless the tiles don't get put back in place once the ship's repaired. I don't know. Okay, we seem to have quite a lot of machine gun ammo up here, Gatling gun ammo up here. These shells, well, it's not too bad. Maybe I can't remember how many I bought of them though, so I don't know quite what I've got through. Are there any other guns available for sale here? Let's have a look. Could I get even more guns on the side of my ship? Railgun. There's two of those. I don't really want. Railguns are expensive though, and I can't afford any guns. Never mind. Forget that. Forget that idea. Even if I sold my waste treatment plant and my small tank and some fuel. Oh, I've only got 9 fuel left. I better buy some more of that though. Ooh, can't buy. Yeah, I'll just spend all my money on fuel, I think. Um, you could, yeah, 10 of each type sounds about right. So I've not 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of obviously more than 10 of the cannon because I've got more than 10 left. But yeah, you could be right. In that case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5.5, close enough. Yeah, that's probably going to be all right then. So I think let's recall the bots and let's go out. Let's go back to that system where we just had that fight and see if the salvage is still there and still available. I've got a decent amount of FTL fuel, like 6, 7, so I should probably be okay. Why is that bot sitting there like a muppet? Oh, I know why it's sitting there like a muppet, because it's waiting for a person to come over and take the bots out of the other side. The bots need to be unloaded from the this thing. So yeah, again, this is another thing where I need to tell a person to stand around here. 4 cannons left. Move that cannon over here. Maybe. I mean, it would keep all the ammunition close together. I was almost wondering whether it's part of me wants to spread the cannons out a bit more so that I can fire on things more of the time. But then I actually don't want to do that because then I can't bring them all to bear at the same time. So that would be a bad idea. Okay, good. That guy's brought all the bots back in. Okay, let's do an FTL jump back to it was here. Yes, it was here. Let's see if the goodies are still there and I can get some more ammunition from that. I don't know if it's worth the jump actually. Assuming I manage to grab everything, am I going to make more money, in inverted commas, in salvaging ammunition than I spend on the FTL juice to get to jump there? I don't really know. But yes, that's a good point, Rissanda. Yeah, I do have a full tank of fuel. Yeah, I think yes, keeping all the engines, keeping all the guns firing in the same area, and then just trying to get the enemy ship into that sweet spot and just pummeling them with it is, I think, the way to do it. Nice heavy broadsides in the ship as we on the enemy ships as we go past. Is there anything here? No, the ships have gone. Damn it. Fine. I think there's 3 inside and 1 in the chamber, as it were. So let's start. Yeah, that one was still in the chamber. See, he's doing it again. He's walking round the storage area in order to get to the next drone. Right. Okay. So let's speed this up quite a lot. How's my O2 level is okay. My CO2 level is not shown at all, so that's clearly fine. So let's speed this up while the drones do the repairy stuff. Let's do it. 10 times speed. Zap, 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 zap. I mean, it's nice and quick when you watch it like this. Right, okay, back to slow. So we'll turn repair off, turning off gathering everything, because I don't want this to fly out during the battle because they'll probably get shot down or something. We'll find out. I don't think that would help because they're not being booted. They're not being unloaded. The drones aren't being automatically unloaded by the drone launcher, so the guy has to come along and thing. So I think having the drone bay as close to this as possible is the best way to do it. Yeah, over here, this seems to automatically unload like into spaces around it, but this one, this one doesn't. It's not a bad idea, actually. Yeah. I mean, over here we've got that, but I think it's. Yeah. All right. Let's remove that strip across there, especially as it's not being used. And that one can be. Yeah, we'll leave that as is. In fact, let's not. Let's put the So what's this? This is cannon shells. So we want cannon shells there, but not there. And this is probably okay. It's possible, actually. I don't think it is, but it is possible. All right, let's put logistics drone storage across there and not across there. Not to have got enough to take up all of that space, but yeah, that'll do. Okay. Crew members just running in from all kinds of places. Yeah, the pathing definitely needs some work in this. Uh, and also prioritization of storage as well, as I think to an extent. Oh well, you know, first alpha and all that. I can forgive them a lot. Okay, so now let's go off and see if I can combat better this time. Now I noticed that the ship doesn't look like it's been completely repaired. The drones have done their best, but I think it's not 100%. Oh, if we go over to tactical, it shows it doesn't show any damage. Oh, yes, it does. It shows 22% damage still. So this is potentially dangerous, but let's give it a shot. See what happens. I think there are also no, there's no options in here. I think there are also controls available for flying the ship manually, telling it to rotate, move forward, move back, accelerate, that sort of thing. But I don't know what those are. I'll look that up before the next stream, I guess. Um, there is a shipyard here. I haven't got the money to do any sort of repairs, I don't think. So I think at this point I'm just going to have to go with it and see what happens. But maybe next time I'll try. Yeah, after this one, assuming I survive, um, I'll try going off and doing some proper. See if there's a shipyard will do proper repairs rather than idle drone cobble it back together repairs. At least all of the power systems seem to stay up as far as I can tell. So things did seem to generally work. It was a bit more better. No, a bit yeah, things seem to work a bit better. So hopefully it'll all go well this time as well. Right, land. Okay, where are they? Oh, they're all over there. Okay, so turn. Oh, that's not mine. That red text was just my damage level, not my. Oh, it's turning reasonably well all by itself. Oh, it's because I'm on actual full speed. So these are all fighter launchers again. So it's exactly the same types of enemy craft. So I think I'll turn around like this. They're way outside my weapon range. The question is, do they have railguns? Because if they don't, then am I best off letting them come to me? I'm not sure. Yeah, that's why I want to sort of separate them off. I'm hoping that okay, this one does. Are they turning? They just seem to be flying around idly at the moment. So maybe if I can get one or two of them separately from the others. Yes, I think I'm in a lot of trouble here because I only just scraped through the previous combat with I don't know how much damage I'd taken, but I'd taken about half by the time I dispatched one of them. So I think I am going to be in a lot of trouble at this point. I probably should just run away, really, but I kind of want to get a bit more of a feel for the combat, so I'm going to stick around and see what happens. So let's speed up a little bit, see if one of them sort of just comes towards me. That's true. Maybe I could. Um, Looks like three. That looks like three cannons. That looks like three cannons. That looks like three cannons. I think they're all the same. Yeah, it's three cannons on each one. So this one seems to be coming towards me. Those two are going off that way, and those two are going that way. So potentially, if I'm a little bit patient and let this one come down towards me, then maybe I can take this one out before the rest of them start to come in. Now, the biggest risk, I suspect, is going to be that they'll all launch their fighters. But actually, well, there's two risks I can see. One is that they all launch their fighters from, and those come swooping in, and I've got like, what is it, 30 fighters coming in and ploughing in at me. Um, but alternatively, we might find that by the time I've... Oop, that's too far. I don't... Oh no, they've all launched the fighters. Okay. Um, Something's fire. Okay, yeah. 1, 2, 3. All fire at that one. Try and fly in a sort of a circle around it. So these guns, yeah, okay, they've got firing solutions. Yeah, they're all firing now. Good. I'm not... Oh, have these got rail guns on them? Because they seem to be being attacked from further away than I would have expected to be. On the plus side, all of the guns do seem to be behaving themselves. That one seems to run out of ammunition, so hopefully there's a guy running over at the moment to chuck another magazine in it. Yes, here they come. It's annoying that you can't just make sure the guns are loaded to them as much as possible before you engage in it, before you start combat. That is a lot of fighters inbound. I mean, we did chew through them reasonably quickly before. Hopefully the Gatling gun is going to be able to deal with them without too much issue. We shall see. Also turn this way. The side guns are definitely not Gatling guns. The side guns, I'm pretty sure, are cannons. How's my firing arcs? Ooh, a bit outside it, but I'm coming around, swinging around, so it should be all right. So we've done 20% damage already to that one. I've taken 10% damage, which is a problem, but let's gloss over that for now. But given that I've done 20% damage to it already, if I can keep that sort of rate of damage up, then hopefully I'll have wrecked this one quite effectively by the time the next one comes in. Okay, 2 of my guns are loaded. If they could fire, that would be nice. Yeah, like that. That's right. I need to keep swinging around, or I'm going to lose it. So, yeah, that's definitely railguns on the front of them. I think, yes, it's railguns on the front and cannons on the side, I think. I don't know. I mean, I say I don't. I'm pretty sure they don't look the same as my Gatling gun. My Gatling gun looks different, at least on the. It doesn't on this view, but on the tactical, on the normal view, this view, the Gatling gun looks like a Gatling gun. Their guns do not. Their guns look the same as my cannons, and they're firing much too quickly to be railguns as well. So yeah, I don't think so because there's different placeholder art on my ship that has Gatling definitely has what is definitely a Gatling gun. But then they did have Gatling gun ammo, I think. So maybe maybe you're right. Maybe they are cannons. I mean, sorry, Gatling guns. And it's just as you said, and it's just placeholder. That one's nearly gone. Right. What's the next one to attack? Do I fly up straight between the middle? No, I'll probably go off this way because that one is now gone. There we go. Nice boom there. That's a nice bassy boom when you take a ship out. Okay, so I'm now going to try and sweep down this way, so getting potentially away from these two, so they can only plink me with their railguns, which are less effective, although they are longer range. They are. I mean, maybe there's another type of weapon that I've not been able to that I haven't been able to buy for whatever reason. I don't know. Oh, actually, what's the range on these things? Maybe actually no. Maybe I should go for this one. Because I'm actually going to be able to shoot this one rather than just spending ages flying through nowhere waiting for the other people to shoot me. Let's try getting that way. Nice salvo there. Some direct hits. Excellent. What's its damage at? 17%. That font could be better actually. That font goes horrible when you're not at quite the right zoom levels. Bring it around a bit more. Come on, bring it round. Another nice big salvo. Please. 2 of you have got ammunition. Yeah, definitely being able to say, "Hey, you stand by the guns, just keep it full." Oh, that one's run out. There's no more ammunition over next to it. That's a shame. Yeah, being able to place your guys near it. Oh, it's shooting a fighter. Okay, that's the Gatling gun. There's a shot from the cannon. What's that? What's up to 30% damage on that one now? Yeah, I suspect 72% damage on mine. I suspect I'll struggle to get out of this alive. Is everyone wearing that? No, I didn't tell everyone to put their suits on. Let's do that as well. Oh dear. Completely forgot about that before we started. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, actually, yes. I think you're right. My point defense cannon does seem to be shooting at this as well. Oop, that's the second one gone. That one, that one, that one. Turn. I notice I'm jumping between double speed and minimum speed, which is interesting because it's getting me. I find sometimes there's nothing happening, so you want it to get things to go a bit faster. Yeah, all right. I'm given the rate of fire coming through from these. I'm going to go. Okay, yes, they do seem to be. Oh yeah, all right. Let's try the drone, see what happens. I've got nothing to lose, have I really? At this point, 86% damage. Yeah, nothing to lose. um, swing around more. I mean, oh, they no, actually, the guns do still have them in their sights. So that's yep. There's a shell going out. 4%. Okay, still a lot of damage needs to be done to that one before it goes down. And yes, these fighters are a nightmare because there's so many of them. How much damage are they doing each time they hit? 15. I can't. 21. Yeah, the fighters do about each time the fighters hit, they do about 6 damage, which isn't a huge amount, but there's so many of them, and it all does add up. 21%. You need to go faster. Okay. Oh no, I've. That was me. Yeah, that was me blowing up. Ah. Ah. Oh, was that what it was? Did I not retarget my cannons? Oh well, I'd still have been boned by these two coming in from behind. So yeah. Okay. Well, I took out two of them. Um, despite the fact that there was the fighters from 5 all coming in and pummeling me, and then I did another 39% damage to the third one. So yeah, I I think maybe what I need to do with this sort of thing is spend a bit more time leveling up before I go into combat. So do some of the transporting people missions around, and then start to purchase and then fill the ship up with guns and things and go off looking for trouble. The problem with that, though, I think, is that by the time if I do that, by the time I've essentially raised the level of my ship, then the level of all of the encounters is going to also have gone up drastically as well. So I'm going to find that I have major problems because the enemies are going to have got a lot better whilst I've been trying to get better. And we saw that on the trading run with all of the prices of things getting more and more expensive, which is about the only way things can get harder on a trading run, I suppose. In fact, that wasn't even a trading run; that was a going out and doing missions run. But still, there's the same sort of thing. Um, and this was obviously a much harder mission, even though it said the same difficulty level than the first one I did, because there were 2.5 times as many enemies. So yeah, I think the tricky part. I mean, it's obviously very very pre-alpha. The balance and the progress might not be quite right. Potentially, yes. If I put railguns on the back of the ship, or maybe if I completely designed a um, custom ship, then yeah, I could put it with engines and railguns all on the same side of it, and then you could do the sort of the running away and shooting things behind you trick, and then perhaps have some more point defense cannons. Thing is though that railguns don't do anything like as much damage as we. I mean, which is part of the reason I was slightly less bothered by the fighter launchers plinking me from extreme range with their railguns. Now, obviously, that all added up and caused problems at the end, but I think they do enough less damage that it's not so much of a that I don't know whether it's going to be worthwhile. Yes, I think more information before selecting a mission would be very useful, particularly on the cargo transport missions, as I was saying in the first run. Um, and then yeah, having I don't know. I think that an element of needing to get better at small unit battleship tactics would be would be useful for me here. Um, I mean, I think I did a lot better in the second combat session, in the second run generally, and even than I did in the first one because things actually seemed to vaguely work. And I did a lot better in the second encounter in the second run, well, second combat run than I did in the first one. So, I think hmm, I don't know. I haven't. There aren't any numbers. So when you go off and you start buying things, when you go in to buy things, it doesn't give you any information about the stuff you're buying. So yeah, and traditionally a railgun is a high damage, very low fire rate weapon. I don't know. I had a feeling that wasn't the case. I don't really know. I'm not basing this on any sort of real useful information. They are a lot more expensive, of course, but what we've got this time. So this time there's two railguns and two cannons available. Let's have a look at some of the other ship. I'm not gonna do another run because it's after 11 o'clock now, so it's probably almost bedtime. But here's another ship. What's this one get me? This one's another million dollar starting point, um, and the same sort of general stuff available. Um, so yeah, maybe it could be potentially be interesting to do another run with um, a different ship shape, different tactics. This ship is nonsense. Uh, this is the big one. I mean, this I don't know. I mean, I feel like there has to be implied walls along the sides of this because this just looks wrong. Because it looks like you guys are just going to be always going to be outside, and the only way you can possibly get inside and not need a spacesuit is to go into one of these rooms. But I don't know. Oh, you're welcome, Kane. Yeah, it's been fun to have a play around with it as well and have a look. I'll put a video together with some of my thoughts and maybe a bit more playtime in it, and whether I do that with footage from this stream or set extra footage that I'll get from playing it a bit more, we shall see. But yeah, it's been good fun. Thanks for coming along. And I'll have a play around. Think about yeah, doors were a thing you could buy. Um, I mean, I sort of assumed that was for splitting off areas of the ship rather than okay, but there aren't doors in these bits either, so these bits should need doors as well. Oh no, sorry, I take it back. This one does have there are doors on some of them. This one doesn't have doors, but these ones do. I just couldn't see them with the from this angle because the graphics aren't. There don't seem to be graphics for vertical doors. Oh, that's very strange. I'm not a fan of that happening. Oh dear. Let's put that back. That's very strange. Do not approve. Right. Yeah. I mean, with the sort of the sprite-based 2D art, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I expected, but you know, not that. I guess is the answer. Now this could potentially work with the walls going slightly along the sides of it and things like that. But yeah, we shall see. Well, so yeah, we'll see what happens next week. I'm undecided about whether I'll carry on with this. Um, I think I haven't done a mining expert trip yet, and I think combat has a bit more to go for it. I think just doing delivery orders, I think delivery missions, I think I've basically done that as much as I realistically can. I don't think there's anything more to do with the game as it is, but potentially I could go off and yeah do a mining do some mining, maybe try and get some extra ships. The first run I did with the Praxis one, it didn't seem realistic to I mean, I could possibly have just about gained a second ship, but I don't know how much I could have done with it. The second one, the anomaly, I nearly said the Arcosphere. That's definitely not this game. Um, the yeah, I think there was a bit. I felt like there was a bit more time available there. Maybe it was because I was only doing sort of, I wasn't doing as much flying around because I was doing a mission that meant that was go to position and do lots of stuff there rather than just keep flying around and delivering things. But that one, perhaps, if I might have been able to manage to purchase a second ship with a bit of effort. My concern, though, is that fitting out a ship appears to cost about $1 million. So there doesn't seem to be, from what I've done so far, it doesn't feel realistic to get that sort of amount of money in a single run through. Possibly, I think it'd be interesting to try going off and doing some mining and cargo hauling missions um, from a different start point. See if perhaps because we did suspect that perhaps the anomaly was growing a little bit more slowly, or maybe it's just that I spent because it was my first attempt, ever playing the game. I was spending a lot of time faffing around and trying to sort of sort things out and just get things organized before I actually went off and started really doing things. Either way, I feel that there's a lot of potential in the game. Obviously, it's still very, very early, and there's not an enormous amount to do yet. But I think as they go on and start putting more types of missions in, more things, more mechanics like buying and selling, all that sort of stuff, I think it's going to get quite a lot more. It's going, yeah, battle stations. Oh, I see what you mean. Yes, locking the doors would stop people running off to places they're not supposed to. No, I don't seem to be able to do anything with the doors. Unlike this isn't FTL. But yeah, so there's definitely definitely a number of things that need to be implemented, like uh, what was I saying? So yes, there's definitely things that need to be done, like implementing battle stations and stuff like that. But I mean, that's why they have an early access. That's what feedback is for. So I shall go in and look forward to giving them lots of suggestions. So, right, yes, Mike has posted a link to the Discord in the chat. So do please come along and join that if you'd like to sort of chat and yeah, make sure you're subscribed or following or whatever's appropriate for the system for the wherever you're watching from and come along on for next future things. So for anyone who doesn't know, there'll be a Factorio stream on Wednesday. That's my big popular one at the moment. Is the one that tends to get the most people coming along to it. And that's me playing Dungeons. No, that's not. That's the other one. That's me playing Factorio Space Exploration, and I'm quite very very late game in that. I've got to the point where I've got Arcospheres up and running. There's just a little bit of Deep Space Science 4 left to do, and then I'll be off, and then we'll be possibly looking for something else to do. So that should be quite exciting. Oh, I can create my own ships here as well by presumably using the yes, here we go, structure. Because I could build something enormously powerful here and just go off and um, wreak havoc, but that could be interesting. This is something to look at next week, perhaps. So yes, thank you for. I'm just dropping things on the floor there like that. That no type apparently. So thank you for watching. I hope you'll come along on Wednesday for the Factorio Space Exploration stream, and then at the weekend, well, there'll be I usually do catch up videos for the various streams I've been doing, so I'll come up with something where I talk about this a bit, and we'll go on from there. So thanks everyone who's been watching, and I'll see you next time.